Boy as chairman of the Greater Accra region, with Odinoho Appiah winning in the party's stronghold, the Ashanti region. Some of the winners shared their vision with the press.
The first point of call, our profound agenda now is to find a way to unite our party.
The party says it is satisfied and stands prepared to effectively campaign to win election 2028. Richard Ahiagba is the director of communication.
The election generally have been very peaceful across the regions, and we're thankful to God for that. The outcome so far has been well received.
Political analyst Dr. Samuel Efriye believes the party must remain focused and united in order to run an effective campaign.
It is giving a positive direction for the MPP, and it's a new sign for them. And I think the party is being energized. We are hoping that the national one will be something that also some big changes will also need to come around to come.
Well, before we go, the Ghana Grid Company Limited, Gridco, on Sunday embarked on an exercise to replace a damaged transmission tower at Ashaman, resulting in 15 hours of power cuts. The affected tower forms part of the 161 kV Tema Chimota transmission line and was damaged after a fuel tank exploded while welding work was being carried out on its tank within the transmission line's right of way. Dr. Charles Nia-Yukwayuku is the general manager for external communications at the Electricity Company of Ghana.
The Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Dr. John Abdullah Jinabo, has inspected these areas and has also informed businesses, persons, and land users across these areas, especially those encroaching on this transmission line right of way across the country, to cease or they will face prosecution. So there is an LI to this effect.
That's how we wrap up the morning news on 3FM 92.7. For more stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Christabel Success Trevor. Thanks for listening.
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7, 3FM.
3 FM.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the business news on Sunrise. Coming up this morning, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana projects a 2% rise in diesel prices and a marginal drop in petrol prices at local pumps. The second pricing window, which started yesterday.
We are hoping that oil marketing companies will not unduly increase export prices at the detriment of consumers, just to ease up the burden consumers have been going through.
Also in the bulletin, government treasury bills record 8th straight oversubscription, with offers reaching 11.279 billion cedis despite a below target acceptance rate of 43.28%. Plus, Ghana's economic activity expands 5.1% in May 2026, driven by strong services growth. I am Christabel Success Trevor. We'll bring you details of our headlines and other stories shortly. Don't go away. Thank you for keeping your dial here. Now, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Ghana, COPEC, is forecasting a slight increase in diesel prices at the local pumps from yesterday. According to COPEC's projections for the second pricing window, diesel prices could rise by 2% due to depreciation of the cedi.
Global fuel market trends showed mixed movements, with petrol prices recording a decline while diesel prices continue to rise. Free on-board prices for petrol have dropped by about 5% on the international market, a development that could provide some relief for consumers at local fuel stations. Diesel, however, has recorded an increase of between 2% and 3% on the global market. The cedi lost some 1.5% in the window under review. Head of Research and Training at COPEC Ghana, Paul Erikofori, notes the contrasting movements are expected to influence local pump prices as oil marketing companies prepare for the next pricing window.
When you combine these variables, then it means that come the 16th of this month, consumers should be rest assured that petrol prices are going to remain stable and in some cases reduced by some 3% at the pumps. The diesel, we are also hoping that oil marketing companies will be magnanimous to consumers by maintaining prices. And in some cases, it may go up slightly or marginally by some 2% at the pumps.
COPEC has appealed to oil marketing companies, OMCs, to be circumspect in setting fuel prices during the upcoming pricing window. The chamber urged OMCs to reflect favorable international market trends in their pump prices to protect consumers from unnecessary increases.
We are hoping that oil marketing companies will not unduly increase export prices, at the detriment of consumers, by especially maintaining the price of diesel at the pumps and in some cases reducing the price of petrol, just to ease up the burden consumers have been going through over the last couple of windows.
Now, the government of Ghana has recorded its 8th consecutive oversubscription at the Treasury Bills auction on Friday, August 14, 2026, attracting bids of 11.279 billion cedis against an initial target of 5.993 billion cedis. The strong demand underscores the continued use of Treasury bills by government to raise short-term financing and manage its immediate funding needs. This 3 Business News Desk report has more.
The strong demand translates into a subscription rate of 188.21% and an oversubscription rate of 88.21%. However, government accepted 4.88 billion cedis, representing an acceptance rate of 43.28% of total bids and about 81.46% of its target. For the 91-day bill, investors offered 5.066 billion cedis, of which government accepted 4.065 billion cedis at a yield of 5.46%. The 182-day bill attracted 1.281 billion cedis in bids, with 526.44 million cedis accepted at a yield of 7.27%. Meanwhile, the 360-day bill received the strongest investor interest, with offers reaching 4.931 billion cedis. Government, however, accepted just 289.70 million cedis at a yield of 12.50%. The auction comes amid a continued decline in Treasury bill yields, even as investor demand remains robust. The results indicate that investors continued to show strong appetite for government securities despite the lower returns. Government's decision to accept below its target also suggests a continuous approach to borrowing as yields continue to ease.
Economic activities in Ghana expanded by 5.1% in May 2026. That was driven largely by strong growth in the services sector. Data from the monthly indicator of economic growth shows the MEG index rose to 121.9 in May, up from 115.9 recorded in the same month last year. There's more in the following 3 Business News Desk reports.
The services sector recorded the strongest growth, expanding by 7.2% and contributing 51% to overall economic growth during the period. Industry also grew by 4.2%, accounting for 23.8% of total growth, while agriculture expanded by 3.6% and contributed 21.2%. The growth in agriculture was driven mainly by the crops and livestock subsectors. The figures point to continued expansion across all three major sectors of the economy, with services remaining the biggest driver of economic activity in May 2026. The broad-based growth suggests sustained momentum across key areas of the economy during the period. The latest performance also reflects increased activity in sectors that support production, employment, and household incomes.
The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has underscored the urgent need to translate Ghana's macroeconomic stability into sustainable long-term industrial transformation. Addressing stakeholders in Accra, the AGI president, Kofi Nsiapoku, stated that the primary responsibility facing both government and the private sector is to ensure that gains in macroeconomic stability lead directly to a more competitive domestic manufacturing base, expanded formal employment, and a stable growth model shielded from commodity price volatility.
We recognize that government cannot build a resilient economy alone, and neither can business do. It is in the quality of our dialogue, honest, evidence-based, and forward-looking, that will find the path to sustain and inclusive growth for Ghana. Our hard-won gains could also become fragile if the measures that must consolidate the gains are not in place. The task before us, government and businesses together, is to convert the macroeconomic stability into structural transformation, more competitive industry, more formal jobs, and a growth path that does not rise or fall with the price of a single commodity. The Association of Ghana Industries stands ready to work with the Ministry of Finance, the Bank of Ghana, and for that matter, government, to ensure that the momentum is translated into an operating environment where Ghanaian businesses can invest, compete, and grow with confidence.
Let's take a look at what's happening on the forex and commodities markets.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, where banks trade amongst themselves, the dollar is selling at 10 cedis 95 pesos. It lost 3 pesos. The British pound is selling at 14 cedis 85 pesos. It gained 3 pesos. The euro is selling at 12 cedis 68 pesos. It also gained 2 pesos. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at the Forex Bureau name. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is trading at $88.52 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,376.40 per ounce, down by $26. Cocoa is trading at $5,773 per ton, down by $54.
That was an update from the Forex and Commodities market, and that'll be all for the business news on Sunrise. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Christabel Success Trevor. The rest of the Sunrise team are on standby. Don't go away.
On 3FM 92.7 is the start of a brand new week, one that we're thankful to the Most High for. It's the start of another day as well, as always, for you here on the 3FM Sunrise. Myself, Eric, Mawuena, Egbeta, the rest of my colleagues. What we love to do is serve you breakfast in the best way possible, and you are always an important part of the conversation. That is why we ask and urge that you share your thoughts and messages with us via our WhatsApp number 053 220-0927 053-220-0927. We're streaming live on Facebook. Our handle 3FM927. Same handle on YouTube as well, is where you can catch this broadcast via the internet. Also alive on Kesmi 107.1 FM, W93.1 in Wa, where you can listen to us as well, as always. This morning, I want to share something with you on strength and the perception as to what really strength is. That will be the message of motivation, after which we'll get into the weather, Kind Ketsi, the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Now, it is true that a wall can protect a house. It can also keep a bit of sunlight out. The distinction matters. Life teaches people to protect themselves. After enough disappointment, betrayal, rejection, or humiliation, a certain hardness can begin to feel like wisdom. We trust less, we expect less, we position ourselves to need people less and less, and we feel less. We get to a point that nothing can hurt what nothing is allowed to reach. And it often sounds like strength. But sometimes it is simply an armor that has been worn for so long that it has become difficult to remove. Real strength, however, is more complicated. It does not require becoming unreachable. A strong person can still be moved by kindness, can still admit fear, will apologize when it matters, will care deeply, and will allow another person to matter. That, my friends, is not weakness. It takes considerably more strength to remain open after life has given us every reason to close. The Bible gives us an unusual image of strength in the life of our Lord and Master Jesus. He wept at the death of Lazarus. He showed compassion towards people others had discarded. He became angry at injustice, and he experienced grief. None of that diminished his strength. In fact, rather, it revealed something very important. Strength does not mean becoming incapable of feeling. It means having the capacity to feel deeply without allowing pain to dictate the person one becomes. There's a difference between a protected heart and a closed heart. One has boundaries, the other has barricades, and barricades can eventually imprison the person who builds them. And so this morning, as we step out into today, let us remember that strength need not mean becoming harder. It may mean becoming wiser about where the walls belong and remembering to leave a door somewhere. Let us remember that the goal is not to become so strong that nothing can reach the heart. It is to become strong enough to remain human when life gives us every reason not to. And that is our message of motivation today. It will set us kindly into the weather as well. Kind Ketsi, the Ghana Meteorological Agency this morning, who of the many things say that It will be mostly cloudy. That's the condition that will prevail across all sectors of the country this morning. Mist and fog conditions are expected as well to form over forests and hilly areas, which may reduce visibility in the early hours. Isolated thunderstorms or rain are anticipated over Uti, Northern and Bono East regions during the early morning hours as well, while few cases of drizzle are expected along the coast. It is expected to be relatively cool at night and early in the morning, with temperatures expected to drop across the country. And so in Aflao, Anglogan, Kasua, it will be mostly cloudy. It may drizzle in parts of Accra, in Winneba, Cape Coast, Takrady, Axim, Ho, Koforidia, Akemoda, Kweutafo, Kumasi, Obuasi, Takwa, and Seshwibekwai. It will be misty. Thunderstorms with rain are expected in Ketekrachi, at Tebubu and Kintampo. Rains are expected at some point at the Jura, Gwaso, Sunyang, and Tichiman. It is expected to be misty and mostly cloudy as well in Sampa. In the northern part of the country, thunderstorms are expected in Yendi and Tamale, whilst in Bole, Damongo, Bolgatanga, Nalirguwa, and Jirapa, it will be mostly cloudy. The state of the sea as well is expected to be rough, and so be on the lookout for that. Big mornings to Patrice Amegashie, who's already with us in studio this morning. Smartly dressed this morning, I must mention as well.
Good morning.
I trust it's all as well?
Well, everything is good. I mean, so long as you go through war every morning, you are fine.
I expect, the message on the wall, right? The message on the wall.
Now, pretty soon I'll become a 5-star general.
Well, we don't have a 5-star general. I think the most we've seen is a 3-star.
Well, in Ghana?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm becoming a 5-star. So that should tell you the rigors of the war that we are.
The situation is intense. Intense as it always is. But always a pleasure.
Life, yeah.
Absolutely. It's the most important thing. There's a one
Yeah.
You can look and aspire towards tomorrow, no matter what predicament you may find yourself in. And so the gift of life is one that we're thankful for always, and that will set us kindly into songs of inspiration, kind to DJ Phil, after which when we return, we'll get into the newspapers for you. 053 220 0927 053 220 0927. That's our WhatsApp message, our WhatsApp line rather. Send us a message this morning. Great music right now, kind to DJ Phil.
Through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli.
And good mornings to Helen, Appiah, Ampofo, as well as Patrice, Amegashie, who joining us in doing the news review segment. Ladies,
good morning.
Morning.
Happy Monday. How are we feeling, guys? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Did you say a happy Monday?
Yeah.
What
happy
is
Monday.
not making you happy?
Well, it's the start of a week, and that's a good thing. But I mean, sometimes you just. I'm in one of those moods. Yeah.
You know, there's this regular quote that it's not, but it's a quote that I found somewhere that anybody who's excited about going to work on Monday has somebody in there he or she is dating.
You made this one up on the spot.
No.
In fact, you put together this quote just now in the last 20 seconds.
Many people believe that Mondays are those days that everybody has that kind of
but sometimes genuinely
they don't want to go to work. But some people are so eager to rush to work on a Monday, they claim that anybody who loves to rush to work
on Monday,
Charlie,
you know this work wife, work husband culture.
You know that kind of thing.
Hey, Moshe Bibi, good morning. Have you rushed to work today because of your work husband?
You're looking forward to seeing someone at work.
And then so by default, then when Friday rolls around, then you're feeling sad.
You're feeling sad, because they're not going to see the person for 3 days. I mean, you know me and my big mouth. Should I say it?
Say it.
Hey, you want the company to go and arrest the person? It's one of the banks, and I mean this.
I hope it's not. Who did you mention? The Edwin Battles.
Yeah, Edwin.
Edwin, we're sorry. Is he the one on the chocolate block?
No. It's not Edwin Kofi Battles. Not his Stanbic Bank at all. This is a different bank. I could categorize it, but when I categorize, people start narrowing to say that hey. So it's parents. Its parents bank is in Nigeria. So So if you work at ADB, GCB, and Stanbic and Fidelity, you are not a part of it anyway. So that's how it happened. You know, this lady was so much head over heels in love with this young man who had come in to do his national service. And
the worker was...
Yes. And she was married.
Really?
Started preparing, what's the name? snacks and those things. The more,
be small. Storm over paradise kind of settings.
I mean, if you are the husband, all of a sudden you'd realize that your wife has started preparing that food, like in the morning, packing and
Please,
all those
this
things.
is a story.
Yes,
if your wife is preparing something to go to,
all of a sudden,
don't assume.
No, investigate. Patrice is dropping the keys.
She never used to do that. Then all of a sudden she started packing food.
You want
she was
to
very
live
particular
healthy
about preparing food and taking it to work and all that. Apparently, it was this boy that she was serving.
Oh.
So every now and then she was excited about going to work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Weekends, she's all like, I
have to stay here with you.
Why is Patrice getting this feeling?
So sometimes, some of these coming events cast their own shadow. Yeah.
Imagine.
But my question is simple. If you're not happy with somebody, leave them. Why do you still want to continue? Look, I think we ought to revisit this whole idea of marriage and how it is. It must be like the way we organize elections every 4 years or every 5 years, as you so determine. So marriage should be contractual, where after a period of time when you think you are fed up, you can move out.
So that, let's say maybe after 5 years, automatically your marriage certificate or license expires.
Then you have to go and renew it. Whether you want to renew it or not, it's just open. So if one party decides not to renew it, that means automatically the other party must find their way out. I think it will settle a lot of scores.
It can also rake in a lot of money for government to renewal fee.
Yeah, renewal fee,
Then we'll fix our street lights and then
that kind of thing. Because look, people get fed up with their partners, and they are not able to hold it in. What do? They go around cheating, sleeping with other people, and then infecting their partners, and then infecting the home. Because if there are children in there, maybe your relationship with the children is going to be a little bit scathed because nowadays, like, you and mommy are not too cool, or you and daddy are not too cool.
And the children pick up on this energy.
Yeah.
So for those who say, let me stay for the kids, let them finish kindergarten, the kids are picking up on that energy.
Yeah.
They would probably rather see that mommy is happy and daddy is also happy instead of cohabiting in a home that is filled with tension, strife.
Yeah.
I like that. As for this work husband culture, I've used my personal experience many a time. Many years ago, I was about maybe 24, 25. I was working in the city of London in Canary Wharf, and I had fallen
beautiful place, Canary Wharf. I've been there.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
I had fallen head over heels for the gentleman that I used to work with. What a dangerous place to be. In fact, once that relationship came to a halt, we had to, because it was company policy, you couldn't be in the same team, but it was a very big company, so you could be in a different department, or they had different buildings. But we didn't adhere to the rules. And I was just there one day that he decided to engage his real girlfriend and got married to his real wife. When they shared the pictures, come and see how, and it was open plan office, come and see how everybody's eyes narrowed on me because they shared it via email. So everybody is looking at them, how nice, he's good married, blah, blah, blah. I'm in quality on him and see, say what? I always use my own.
You did not suspect?
I mean, he was telling me, as for this, their relationship is not going anywhere. Look at how I'm so good to him. Now lunch with me, packing lunch. I'll add biscuit. Tomorrow is this. But at last, he went to who, was waiting for him at home. This our whole relationship was but a facade, an escape, if you will. So I always tell people, use my story as an example. Don't go through it yourself. And from that day on,
you became wiser.
As for this fraternizing in the workplace, I mean, it was a very painful broken heart. Because actually, before he even went and officially proposed and then married his, proper girlfriend, he started dating another girl in the office. So now where it used to be him and I going to lunch, now I saw sister inside up to lunch.
Don't be small, heartbreak.
So I couldn't focus on my work, and I've said, so since then, and to be honest.
But workplace romance is not that bad. So I had a conversation. Yeah, I would encourage it.
Advise us, Patrice. Advise us well.
No.
I'm not the one who can speak to any of the.
So this is what it is.
Of the
there was a conversation.
Experiences that you both are speaking to.
There was a conversation, and this happened between Kofi Kapito, me, and another. What's the name of that lady? Nana Joa. That was advanced one. And Kofi Kapito just came up with this. I was like, for him, the more you get closer to the person with whom you are in a relationship, the more you get to know the person, the more you understand the person, the relationship works much better.
It's the face Helen has.
Because let me justify this. The reason she dated somebody that she used to work with.
It's because she was seeing the person
at
often.
The point. You see, the point is that workplace romance is sweet, and it's only based on truth and honesty. If the person is not truthful and honest, then it's not going to work. But if the person is truthful and honest, and you are the only one, you are the only you in the you, then there's no way that is going to be wrong.
Relationship.
Because what we call much
Patrice,
better than
a relationship
seeing the person on daily basis. So it is not wrong. It is not wrong. If the person is not honest, the person is not truthful, then you would know that it's because if the guy had been truthful and honest, that was somebody you had found. Your heart had found the best.
On a Monday morning, you guys have turned into relationship experts.
It's very good.
Simply all I'll say is love go where love is.
Yeah.
There's no clear definition as to where you find a significant other. And so.
But do check your company policy. A lot of companies.
For data bank, yes, it is allowed. You can do. Yes, data bank, it is allowed at data bank.
Have you been to data bank?
At UT Bank then, it was not allowed.
Why are you auditing the bank's romance policy?
Anyways, let's get into the papers. A few of them are here, as well as online portals. A number of significant developments from over the weekend as well in terms of politics and all. We can begin to, in the words of Helen Appiah,
Helen has got a sweet voice, so she must serenade people this morning with her
certainly. My pleasure. Okay. Let's sink our teeth into the headline, shall we? Let's start off with the New Finder newspaper. Domestic Care Economy Program to create 100,000 jobs. Domestic Care Economy Program. I'm sure we can find out exactly what that is. Government supports 130 farming communities to end tomato imports. It will be interesting to also find out exactly what that support looks like. We've been told a number of times that the quality of seeds when it comes to our particular tomatoes is in question, so that the ones we're told that come from Burkina Faso are a bit more robust, a bit steadier, less water content, more of the meat, if you will. Why do we not have that kind of seedling? I don't know what exactly is the issue with that. Why
those ones they believe they have a lot more chemicals in them.
From Burkina Faso.
They have.
So that's why the shelf life is longer.
It's longer. Now the ones that we plant here, it's not so. It's not so. They do it natural. They use a lot of natural means, so it comes with this natural form.
I don't know about chemicals that on a personal level, but I know with a lot of the work CSIR does, they're able to engineer for the crops to have a bit more extended period on the shelf, and those are things that can be looked at, because time and again when we've had conversations in relation to tomato production and everything, they continue to tell us that, look, the variety you see from Burkina Faso, we have it here. In fact, they come to learn from us.
Then they go back, grow it better, and sell to us.
Exactly. So it's not a case of. That's why I will be a bit careful in terms of wanting to point to just chemicals, right? There's a bit more. There's a bit more in terms of crop engineering. We are finding climate resilient crops. We are working on climate resilient crops now, where it won't need as much water as previously we've known. Whatever crop it is will need, right? I know that there's some work that's been done in relation to cocoa as well, I'm not taking us away from tomato. I'm just trying to cite an example as to the sort of work that goes. You know, cocoa doesn't like a lot of water. When it rains too much, it tends to affect yields. They are seeking to engineer the next set of cocoa trees such that excessive rainfall, the El Nino effect, which is being discussed every now and then, does not affect production, amongst other things. We have it here. It's a problem of the telepathy, harmonization of, okay, what work is being done here, getting the engineered seedlings to the farmers and all of that, then we can see it. Those sometimes I feel that really is where the bottleneck is.
I see. Also on the front page of the New Finder newspaper, CBG secures $5 million to support 3,000 women, youth, and MSMEs after pushes in interoperability digital systems for trade. Lord of English. After. What are we doing? MIF CSA move to protect Ghana's mineral revenues. The Daily Guide this morning, NPP elects new regional bosses. Bawumia calls for unity. It's something that's high up on the agenda today. Do stick with us. Let's dissect what's going on as far as these elections are concerned. Samia Wuku denies Yoko arrest. Full story on page 6. Accusations against Adamu's false. Franklin Codjoe also pictured here on the front page. A sad one. British Ghanaian Cambridge professor found dead. Sad.
Yeah.
I've also got the BNFT here. This is what the front page has for us. Aircraft line maintenance and its importance in the aviation industry. It's a featured story on page 5. Chinese vehicles gain ground as imports climb to 22.1% market share. Okay, you guys are importing these. I've seen a couple of these vehicles where I couldn't recognize, the logo. And then every time I see, they said, oh, this one is from China. Interesting. 22.1% market share. We'll talk about it. Nearly half of SDI is insolvent. IMF pushes sector cleanup. Government targets illegal businesses around Greco transmission lines, gives 1 month ultimatum to evacuate, and boost productive sector lending. Beg your pardon. And that's coming from the Bank of Ghana.
Okay, let's get into the news center this morning. It says agricultural growth slows to 3.6% in May. NPP's regional chairs pledge hard work and unity. Party renewal, grassroots mobilization for victory in 2028. And it's got pictures of Okoboy, Odenuhu Kweku Appiah, Kwame Bafo, Jeff Konedu, Ado, Mohammed, and Makafui. These are some of the guys who were elected as regional chairpersons or chairmen for the NPP.
Oh, I see. So Dr. Okoboy is now Greater Accra chairman.
Yeah, Okoboy is Greater Accra now. Odenuhu is Asante region. Kwame Bafo is Bono. Jeff is Eastern region. Mohammed is Northern region. Makafui is Volta region. There are a lot more that we need to get into. Now, government to invest 10 billion into agro-processing. This is according to the President, John Mahama. National Home Ownership Fund proposes housing levy. And Professor Amevenku, okay, the eyes of two people. Professor Amevenku elected 15th EP Church moderator. So, good morning to you, Elvis Darko. We'll fight a little bit on your front page, but we'll discuss it later on. So I was just telling Mawuena that this is how Ghanaians, and this is what Ghanaians like to see. So government to invest $10 billion into agro-processing. I thought it should be the bold banner headline because it looks something more promising. But Ghanaians will choose politics over. You get it? So anyway, so maybe he's going according to how Ghanaians would like things to be done. Good morning, Elvis again. Okoboy secures decisive victory. That is the custodian. Bawumia salutes new NPP regional executives, call for unity ahead of 2028. Asanteman Koka wins landslide, pledges inclusive leadership in Asante region. MPP. Galamsey is catastrophic under NDC. This is coming from Anodompre. And then agricultural growth slows to 3.6 in May. On the back page, you can see, well, Stanbic customers benefit from direct Chinese yuan settlement service. Let's get to the Ghanaian Times this morning. Ghanaian Times says poor oral health linked to diabetes and hypertension. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Poor oral health.
Yeah,
poor
you
oral
gotta
health.
brush your teeth
linked
in the morning.
to diabetes.
Brush your teeth
morning
before
and
bed.
evening. Yeah. There are some friends, you call them and you're having a conversation with them and you ask, I'm in bed, have you brushed your teeth? They say, oh no. I'm like, hey, aren't you going to brush your teeth? Charlie, like, nah.
Sometimes I can't lie, it's laziness, but you have to.
It is the mind, oh, it is the mind. Anyway, cutting waste, key to economic recovery. This is the President of the Republic of Ghana speaking. And then MOGCSP, that's Ministry of Gender, some children and
social
okay. Targets zero child marriage by 2030. Oh, that's good news. Advocate support for teenage mothers to return to school. And the back page of Ghanaian Times, 23 South African returnees trained for jobs in logistics sector, and PURC secures 105,000 Ghana cedis relief for consumers. Well, I thought I was going to see something on sports because I think the ladies won something. I think Cameroon beat Nigeria to.
No, it was.
It was not Nigeria.
It was not Zambia. It was Malawi.
Malawi, right?
Yes,
Okay, Malawi. Okay. So
they beat Malawi to become first-time winners of the women's AFCON. Yeah. So yeah, they won yesterday. It was, I can say, thoroughly deserved. Their goalkeeper, an absolute standout from all of the development from there.
So were there two different competitions? Because I'm seeing Algeria claiming first WAFCON medal after a shootout win over host Morocco. Which one is that?
So that was a third and fourth place, I suspect.
Okay. Algeria secured a podium finish for the first time.
Yes, so it's a third place finish.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay,
it's a third place
right.
finish.
But what is beating my mind is, why would you publish something on the second and third rather than the third and fourth rather than
nothing on the finals?
Yes.
It's a bit interesting.
It's strange and confusing.
Anyways,
really,
let me get us into the online portals. We're done with the papers, right? Online portals. DVLA compliance officers to hit roads next week to enforce vehicle safety regulations. Cuts to HIV/AIDS funding threaten Africa's progress as children face biggest risk. DVLA CEO reviews illegal issuance of roadworthiness certificate at private testing stations, and poor street lighting raises safety concerns along Accra-Tema Beach Road. Low HIV testing among men skews the full picture, Ghana AIDS Commission. MyJoyOnline.com. Petrol prices to drop today with diesel up in mixed pump price review. Wound to me out, coca in. How NPP's new Ashanti chairman differs from his predecessor. Ghana to hold referendum on proposed constitutional amendment in 2027. Oh, it's according to the president. I'll get us details of the 2 people dead in a road crash at Asin Fosu. Tano North Chief's petition Mahama over Galamsey distraction in River Tano. And Okoboy will help NPP win more seats in Greater Accra region. City Newsroom. GTA shuts down Elmina Beach Resorts. 3 others over regulatory breaches. Our goal is to win 2028 elections. Baumia tells NPP regional executives. Gao strike disrupt exams at UHAS, other public universities. Ghana to hold referendum on proposed constitutional amendments in 2027. It's according to the president. Ghana Web, prison is for human beings, not animals. Reverend Kusi Boatin declares readiness to go to jail. Says prison.
No,
Frederick, you have the video, right?
I mean,
you have the video. I sent.
He claims that. If a prison is built for human beings and he's a human being, and he is, what's the name, found culpable of doing a thing or the other, and he's put in there, why not? He can go there. Yeah.
Are we able to hear from him? And is he speaking in relation to what is he?
A potential jail term he could be serving. Well, I don't think so. Anyways, well, whilst we look for that, I think.
No, I'll let us listen to it. I was just trying to align a few things. Here he is, right? Right. Okay. So here he is, in his own words, making that statement. Says that prison is for human beings, not animals.
Yes, which is a fact.
I want to say on my own pulpit that I don't care whoever thinks about it. Dr. Bawumia is my friend and will continue to be my friend.
And it's a bit low. I'll try and have it play from
I
here.
heard him say
own puppet.
Yeah, he is, right? No, let me rectify it just pretty shortly. Yes, so he speaks about Dr. Bawumia being his friend and all of that.
Continue to be my friend. I want to say on my own pulpit that I don't care whoever thinks about it. Dr. Bawumia is my friend and will continue to be my friend.
And it's a bit low. I'll try and.
I will not hide
from.
I heard him say.
For this reason, anybody wants to imprison me, go ahead. Prison is not for animals. I've been there. I didn't die. I came back. And so it is.
And the reason he had to say so.
I mean, reading the story, I mean, it's one of the big, it's a huge banner story on Ghana Wave. That's why it's even caught attention. Saying that of the many things, he says, speaking to his congregation in a viral video, the founder of the Power Chapel Worldwide asserted that nothing can stop his friendship with Dr. Bawumia and his wife, former Second Lady, who was present at the event. He indicated that going to prison for his friends will not be the end of his life, adding that it will not be the first time he has been incarcerated. It is not clear why he made these remarks, but Reverend Kwesi Boateng, who was the Executive Secretary of the Board of Trustees of the National Cathedral of Ghana project, is the subject of an investigation into corruption allegations surrounding the project. So,
okay.
I mean, just by way of a bit more details. Still here on Ghana Web, how powerful Middle East royal family allegedly called Duncan Williams over gold smuggling disruption. He was asking that they pray for the gold board from over the weekend. Are your grossly uncultured people ashamed to Nanaba blast Amaphosa over xenophobic attacks? And Ghana was a crime scene, the country leading the demand for slavery reparations. Those are a bit more in terms of details from Ghana Web.
Yeah, there's a newspaper called the Daily Banner which says that NDC has failed, will galvanize NPP's base to redeem Ghana in 2028. And frankly, Codjoe warns government about Adamu's license revocation. This is a very serious thing that we're dealing with, because there's a lot more when it comes to Angela List and the ex-husband concerning this Adamu's license and back and forth and all that. I mean, anyways. Bawumia urges unity after NPP regional elections, and Gideon Boakon donates 20,000 Ghana cedis. The Chronicle this morning, Takwa Mine lease, Goldfields meets key renewal terms, Chamber of Mines says so. NPP regional elections, Koka Okoboy emerge winners, and Ochiman accuses Achimansa, DCE, of dabbling in chieftaincy matters. Okay. The publisher, enough of the IMF bailouts. Atuforsen rules out 18th IMF deal for Ghana. And Inquisitor says Coca whips Kokofu. Dr. Randy Abe, new cocoa bill to safeguard farms and improve pricing. And let's look at what the Daily Post says. Cocoa Board warns LBCs, buy cocoa on credit and risk losing your license. And Honorable Atuforsen hands over Defense Minister portfolio to Ken Ajay. And then the BFT says Chinese vehicles gain ground. Oh, I think you did that. Yeah. I'll buy you a Chinese vehicle. You would love it. You would love it. You would love it.
I'm ready.
The engineering is mind blowing. So, Informer, Imani Boss slums government. Chief Justice cautioned against public perception. President urges Ghanaians to accept home visits and fix grievances or face wrath. That is Tewu telling government. The Today newspaper says Group Indu marks 10 years of banking service in Liberia. The expose, Imani condemns Adamu's mining revocation. Tematef war, showdown, Mahama cracks the whip, summons feuding duo. This is a story that has also been carried by the Ghanaian Times, and it is my pick for this morning. And it's a lovely one. Do we have Daily Graphic? Okay, so Daily Graphic says Mahama unveils 5-year drugs production plan, targets 70% pharmaceutical import cut. Corruption index stagnation worrying for development, and government not persecuting opponents. That is what it says this morning. So good morning to all of you there, especially Eriku's Papa for the newspapers this morning. My pick is TDC TMA clash over Development Authority in Tema.
So we're going to begin getting details, right?
Okay.
That's one of the things you're going to get into. On the political front, we know as well that the NPP elected their regional executives from over the weekend. What I'm going to do is run us through a bit of details as to who and who emerged victorious, and Fred will help with slapping a bit more of the winners. But if you go to 3news.com as well, you have pictures of all of the winners from the weekend. That's Odenehu Kweku Appiah. He emerged victorious in the Ashanti region, and you can understand why they started from there, right? It's the stronghold of the opposition party, gives them the most votes from any region in the country. Then Kwame Bafo, also known as Abronye DC, he retained his slot as the Bono regional chair of the NPP. Also, Alhaji Hussein Nuruddin won in the Northeast region. That's the home region of the Vice President, the former Vice President, I beg your pardon, the former Vice President, Dr. Bawumia. Also, we had Makafui Kofi Wanyo.
No, Wanya.
Wanya. Okay, Wanya. He emerged. He emerged victorious in the Volta region for the NPP. Then there's Ignatius Akwesie Frifa, Western Regional NPP chair elect. Also is Elvis Figo Awonekai, Upper East Regional Chair elect of the NPP. Robert Safo Mensah is chair for the Ahafo region. Then there is Mohammed Batima Adam, Northern Regional Chair elect. There is Alhaji Idris Sulemana, is for the Savannah region. Won in that part. Jeff Konedu retained his slot for the Eastern region, but we know that Bernard Okuboy as well emerged victorious in the Greater Accra region. He defeated Alfred Boy to win. If you're looking at the regional contribution to Baomia's vote from the 2024 elections, like I was telling you, the Ashanti region, without a shred of doubt, is where they get a lot of their votes. And so 29% of all of the votes which Dr. Baomia won came from the Ashanti region. The Greater Accra region followed. Then there was the Eastern region, the Central region, Northern, Western, and the Volta region, and Savannah is where he got the least in terms of votes as well. No surprises. Volta region, a stronghold of the governing party, and then the Savannah region being the home region of the current president as well, and so no surprises there. Let me just pick quick thoughts from us as to the outcome from the elections. I mean, which one for you was interesting as to the outcome? Some say they were surprised. Abronye.
Yeah, for me, Abronye is a surprise. Is a surprise for me. The surprise win for Abronye. I mean, I didn't expect him to win, but I mean that is politics. I don't understand the politics of this country, so some of these things, they overwhelm me. I get surprised. I get shocked. There's nothing to say about it. I have to say congratulations to him. It is those in the political party who understand and know the reason they want him to represent them. So by voting for him, they better understand it. For me, I look at a much bigger picture. I look at integrity, personality, and vision, forward-looking person, and being innovative and creative, having a development-oriented mindset.
Oh no, but these are political party.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That yes, but
theirs is to galvanize.
But if the person leading hasn't got a vision, hasn't got integrity,
you see, the vision is not for the one who wants to lead the country. But you know why I'm seeking to come in. Yeah, obviously there will be a bit more expected of them as regional executives, right? But theirs is to increase voting numbers for their party in the region. If you are tasking Dr. Okoboy, then you are expecting him to have a vision for development for the Greater Accra region. Obviously, he will table that to the parties because they have working committees which are looking at. You understand?
That is
the point I'm seeking to make is that the point I'm seeking to make is that
that is where we get it wrong.
People must be allowed to be executors of a certain agenda. Not everybody has to carry the responsibility of a vision. There has to be a system.
I think even beyond that, what I'm gleaning from Patrice's submission, because he talked about some level of integrity.
Yeah.
Would you say that? I mean, are you then saying that for?
No.
I wanted to draw whether the parallels were with him in particular, or what is causing you to say that from where you sit, you're not seeing that the candidates that have the right integrity are being chosen for these roles.
So this is my point. After all is said and done, these are the people who would be taking decisions on behalf of the political party. And it's not just a political party, it is a people. And if we do not put certain things at the forefront before selecting, nominating, appointing, and voting for people, we would get certain results.
What do you want to see?
So let me just give a typical example of, with all due respect, the man who is languishing in jail now, he's been handed 20 years. He was chairman of the Asante region. You get it? Would you say, per the judgment that you so read thoroughly, that he had integrity to lead the party in Asante region? I am saying that let decorum lead the political parties. We are making it too much of a popularity contest, somebody who can scream and shout and yell and insult people, or somebody who has a lot of money. But that is not where the country is headed. When you pick the newspaper and you're reading that the dollar is running away from the cedi, Ghana's this has fallen, the agri sector is suffering, there's galamsey and there's all those things, and you're reading every morning and you are distressed by all these things, you don't find out that where did it start? If we don't elect leaders with all these qualities at the party level, Then when it gets to the state level, let us not complain when we are getting bad results. That is my only concern and my call, because it starts from that point. We let everything loose. Oh, grassroots. Oh, let everybody go. Oh, he's popular. He shouts, he screams, he insults, he does this, he's everywhere. He goes everything. Let's give him the power. Is that the person you want to lead you as a person? You've been exposed, you've gone to school, you're educated, you know a lot of things. You have wisdom, you have the power to do A, B, C, D, E. You have experience. So you are telling me that you want somebody who, by popular acclamation, by a group of people, to come and lead you. That is where the country is getting rotting every day, every night.
I think in this particular regional elections as conducted by the NPP, the proof will certainly be in the pudding.
Oh, yes.
So as per the galvanization efforts, we'll see the fruit of the labor come 2028. The Daily Guide has the story on page 3. NPP elects new regional bosses. It ends with Dr. Bawumia, who is the flag bearer for the NPP, calling for unity. According to him, completion of the regional elections should mark the beginning of a renewed effort to unite the party and rebuild its structures ahead of the 2028 elections. I think to some degree we're seeing maybe the tensions in the NPP possibly leveling out, because after the elections, we saw how tumultuous things were in the party. I think so far it seems to have maybe cooled down somewhat, but they still have further elections to go. They'll be electing the national, and maybe that's where we'll see the fragmentation, happen again, because the stakes are also very high. But judging from what we've seen so far with these regional elections, maybe on home front for the NPP, things seem to be
for the purposes of clarity, for the purposes, I have moved away from the NPP elections.
Okay.
I only said that what shocked me or surprised me was the Bono gentleman, what's his name? Abronye. I just said that is what surprised me, because he had altercations with Kennedy.
He had a lot of.
So what it means is that he's still popular amongst his people.
That's right.
His people still want him. That I have put on the left burner. I have just shifted to the right burner to say that when it comes to politics, Ghanaians have a way of choosing leaders. When they are getting the bad results, then they come back to blame those leaders. That is my point. The reason I was stressing on the front page of a newspaper that carried that one rather than a $10 billion investment in agric. Do we know what that $10 billion investment could do to people with of agri? But we want the sensationalism, things that would come haunting us later. I was just thinking about this over the weekend, and I was asking myself, so at a point in time, we believe this person is the best for the country. The person gets into office and then performs abysmally. And then we turn around and say, we don't want you. Then after, another person will come and, what is our problem? So my point is that, on what basis are we choosing such people? Mine is a caution that when we are going to elections, let us ensure that the banner that we carry out as persons, what we think and perceive and conceive in our minds and hearts, ought to deliver what our expectations should be, comparing that to other countries that we believe they are the fine places. You get it? Otherwise, if you elect people within your own grooves, what you would get are the things that are harvested from those groups.
Whatever it is you vote for is a reflection of who you are as a people.
And also what you prioritize at any given point in time. Are you prioritizing quality, integrity, vision, creativity, or as Patrice is saying, has it now become, the name of the game is popularity, numbers, sensationalism?
I think it will always be a popularity contest when it comes to elections.
Which is
that's the sad part of it.
That's the sad part of it.
That's the sad because somebody within the ranks can have that kind of vision to turn things around. But I also understand that it's a numbers game, it's a game of attracting persons.
Yes, it is a numbers game.
We also need to rethink.
It ought not be a numbers game.
We need to rethink.
We are a developing country. That is a problem.
Here is why
we are a developing country.
Here's why I like to see it as what it is. It is a numbers game. anywhere in this world, it is a numbers game. The people who are making a difference, communism and China, right?
Yes, and some European countries.
And some other European
Sweden,
countries where
Switzerland,
term limits and all of that.
Yeah.
There are conversations as to who leads.
Yes. Based on the quality of the person.
We will get there, right? We will get there.
Excuse you?
We will get there.
Will?
Yeah, we will get there.
How long?
We will get there when it will be still who is popular, but it will be who is popular out of a select group of people who we know are up there and can do things.
You are whipping egg and butter.
No,
and what are you expecting? You're expecting luncheon meat?
You see,
we will never get there.
No, if you say that
in our time. You see, if we don't,
if we say no, Patrice, let me finish.
We will never get
finish
there.
the point. Let me finish the point that we will get there. You know why I say we will get there? Our democracy is what, 33 years?
Oh, please spare me that.
You see,
what phone are you using?
If
what TV sets are you watching?
Patrice, allow me.
Where are you speaking from?
Make the point.
What laptop are you using? Are you saying because the democracy is 2 years, 3 years, 30 years, so you don't use Pentium, this Core i7, you don't use iPhone 15, you don't use iPhone 17.
You know, allow me make the point.
17 is out.
17 is out.
So let's get parents.
You know, allow me make the point.
No, I'll not let you land on that point because when we move.
No, but I've heard you, so you should also listen to me.
I don't have ears.
No, you should listen to me.
Because the passion that overcomes Patrice when we talk about Ghana.
We will.
No.
Really?
Patrice, why is all hope lost for you?
No.
Why?
I want to make the point so that if you have a disagreement.
People say if you are Machi. People say if you are Napa. But the point is that when you see, the writing is on the wall. You can see from the beginning, when Black Stars, when they are playing, and you see the way they are playing, you can just conclude that they will not be able to beat Spain.
So as soon as IU enters the pitch, you know that.
You see, it's like you know, you leaving the shores of country. When you enter Ghana, you are like, oh Lord. You know that kind of thing. You are like, back again into this. You don't enter like, ooh, this is it. No, what I'm saying is simple. Let us not say that our democracy is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Let us stop saying that. What it means is that we're only patting ourselves at the back saying that, oh, Kweku, one day you also grow and get there. No. Let us not do it because the examples are there for us to see. How somebody is cultivating tomatoes, onions, what's the name? Yam and all those things. They are already there. The blueprint is there. Why can't we just follow it? That is my point.
Can I make the point?
I think now I have ears.
Right. When I speak as to getting there, there are realities, right? I mentioned first that the people we elect are a reflection of who we are. In one breath. Here's why I say that. Look, you can have the most visionary of persons leading this country. In the end, if the people are not aligned, we will not go anywhere. We've seen that before, actually, where our first president was a visionary.
Yes.
It was his own people that masterminded, took him out of office and all of that. The point I'm making is that it is granted we're not moving at the pace we want to be moving at. But if this country will change, will develop, it will take strong leaders and strong institutions. When you wake up every morning and you are a civil servant, you are a government worker, you are a private worker, and you have absolutely no appreciation of where it is that we are going to, you do things anyhow. Yeah, the street lights are supposed to be fixed. You haven't fixed it. Who is supposed to be fixing the street light? It's not who is elected as a political leader who must come and fix the street lights and what have you. I'm not making any excuses for anybody. But there are people who go to work every day. Since they work at roads and highways. They are supposed to see through procurement and ensure that lights are fixed. If they go to work and they are not doing it, what has a visionary... Like, the point I'm making is, as much as...
my language.
That's why I said, when you allow me make the
language.
point, you're not allowing me make the point.
Please,
so half the time you are interjecting. We need strong leaders to lead and drive the country in a particular direction. That is not in doubt. But whilst we are getting a strong leader, the people who are being led as well must appreciate and understand. I always ask myself, like, the people who are supposed to be working at the government agencies, particularly on matters like street lights, potholes, and what have you. Like a traffic light is not working for weeks, months. Do the people who, do they know? What do they go to work to go and do if you're supposed to be ensuring that lights are working, right? So those are the things. I'm saying that it's a comprehensive approach to dealing with all of the problems.
It's got to be a healthy marriage between strong leadership and also citizenry that understand the function of said leadership. So it goes hand in hand, because really and truly you do need that kind of radical leadership. A leadership that is able to make the unpopular decision, the unsexy decision, the very uncomfortable decisions. Because across the world, people don't want to pay taxes. Yeah. I mean, who enjoys paying taxes? However, leadership ensures that you pay. You see what I'm saying? Because left to the people, they'll decide that, I don't want to pay today, or today I feel like paying it. But also on the flip side, I agree with Mawuena, because as a people, have we fully understood the function of leadership and how we can support leadership and how we can demand more from leadership?
Thank you.
It should be a healthy marriage of the two.
That is where my problem is.
And let me just make this point.
We don't need a people.
Let me just make this point.
I'll give a typical example. Would you give me just
the realization of that is coming. These days, more and more young people are not swayed by the antics of politics as we've had it. Yeah, you can.
Are you seeing a new trend emerging?
Yes.
Are we really, as a people, interrogating our leaders?
And here's the point I'm making, that yes, as much as it's split across partisan lines, right? When immediately you begin to criticize, they say, why are you criticizing the government? Are you MPP? If it's the other party, they say, why are you criticizing? Are you NDC and all of that? It is gradual. We will get there, right? We need a bit more of citizen advocacy, citizen awakening to have us get there. But the point is, you can't be dismissive of the fact that, it's never going to happen. No, because you and I both seated here have a certain appreciation of being able to scrutinize and analyze government promises, what they are doing, decipher and say that, okay, this is not supposed to be the case. This is the case. There are a few more persons who are doing that. Was that the case 20 years ago?
Yes. How many times haven't you said in casual conversations that they are the same people? How many times? How many times haven't you said that? So let me debunk that you need strong leadership and you need a people to do this. No. She has lived in the UK. Haven't Ghanaians gone to the UK? Haven't Ghanaians been in the UK? Not all educated. There are educated people there, semi-literates there, and illiterates there in the UK. Do they misbehave when they're in the UK?
They might try.
The system will check you. So you are the people. That same leadership that you're talking about, it exists in the UK, exists in the US, Germany, and everywhere. They are there. These same Ghanaians that you're talking about, the people who are not able to follow what the leaders are doing because you need them to follow, when they travel to all these places, they fall in line.
But Patrice, the leadership also comes from the people. The people are churning out the leadership.
That is what I'm saying.
From a certain culture.
It is a system that we need to create. So when we say that we need that leadership, when is that leadership going to come? When is that leadership? So don't say, I don't believe in we will get there. I believe in we may get there. We may get there. I'm not giving up entirely, but from what I am seeing, we may. The will is like we will get there. That is, you are pinning something. So my point is that it is not about the people, it's not about the leaders, it's about the system that we need to create. Because these same people who are able to leave Ghana and go somewhere else.
So I ask a simple question.
Who
creates a system? Who creates a system then?
Tell me who.
No, you are not not saying it's about the system.
No, so my point is that
it will come back to leaders and the look. The people
who are we electing as leaders?
Who
the leaders come from the people, from
yes,
the crop of
we are
people.
making the same point.
Yes, so my point is that if we are going the three-way, the leaders, the people, the system, the leaders, and you are saying that we should elect people, just people.
Nobody has said just elect people. You see, you have to contend with realities. What is the reality? The reality is that, as we have it now, it is a popularity contest.
So can't we move away from there? We cited the example here a few weeks ago, saying that when we went to school, the teachers were able to pinpoint who would be the school prefect, who will be the dining, who will be the library, who will be the sacristan prefect, who will be the domestic, our place we call it domestic because those who are in charge of the dormitory and all those things, who would be entertainment, who will be dining hall and all that. And largely, especially those who became the school prefects and the deputy school prefects, you see them in life today and you realize that they have achieved. Everybody knows that, oh yes, this guy be head boy, this guy be head girl, this girl be school. It suits him, it fits the person and all that. So my question is that why is it that after, when it comes to estates, where the stakes are much, much higher because you are competing globally, we say it needs to be the most popular person or the person who has more funds. Meanwhile, you have not put systems in place to check where the person got the funds from. You have not put systems in place to check whether the person has integrity to contend and contest globally. So the point is that at one point, we believe that when you're even going to give things to your siblings or any of your family people, don't you see the guy who is more reasonable, the girl who is more reasonable, to say, hey, Kofi or Aja or Ya, you take this and give to A, B, C, D, and E. You don't just throw it out and say, who should you distribute it? They say, hey, give it to, because, it doesn't work that way. We don't have the plan. You mentioned that in this country, when you wake up, people go to work and then they don't have any plan. We don't have a plan. My point is very simple. If we don't put certain things in place, and I think it beats my mind.
You keep making the same point, and I keep asking the same question.
Yes.
Who puts the plan together?
The people you need to elect to a certain position.
You see,
and what have you put there to qualify the people to be in that position? So I come back to the point of the corporate institutions to work at Bank of Ghana, to work at GCB, to work at Fidelity, to work at MTN, to work at all these corporate institutions. You need to meet a certain threshold of qualification and experience. Why can't we say that to become the chairman or the NPP or NDC regional chairman for the party, you should be A, B, C, D, E, and G?
What sort of criteria let's practicalize it, would you say would be beneficial for not even just the NPP, for political parties looking to maybe elect a regional chairman? If you had the opportunity to pen the criteria, what would that individual look like?
First and foremost, what is your plan for the region? What plan do you have for the region? We need to know the plan that you have for the region. Number two, what have you established for us to see that, yes, you are capable of doing it? If you've not even established it practically on the ground, what paper have you produced for us to see that this is the roadmap that you really have for this place and it would work? So you take a region that you know that it is you can grow yam. After the yam production, what else? Storage. What goes into storage? After storage, preservation. How do you preserve it if people don't buy it? What markets do we have for it? What kind of plans do you have? What kind of establishments have you put? What kind of companies have you used? How many people have you employed? How many people are you taking care of? How many people are you paying? Are you a philanthropist? Are you ensuring that the people within the confines of the region are comfortable? If we don't ask these questions and the person just wakes up and say, I am popular, no. The person must have a plan for the region. Where you want to take the region in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. We must see it. And then we scrutinize you based on those plans that you have outlined. So you say you are from the Volta region. What is in the Volta region? Is it a place where we can have a game park? Can you have a recreational this? Can you establish this farm? Can you create this? Have you been able to tell us that this is what I am going to do and ensure that I sell to the people for the people to buy in? We don't.
Patrice, one might argue that we have also in certain quarters over intellectualized the list of what we're looking for, because we've also seen some serious intellectuals at the helm of affairs who have come and swayed us with beautiful plans and ideas. Is that all it's really going to take, a strict criteria
because
for
the
us
system
to
doesn't punish them
to get the best? Okay, so that's another leg of the
system
conversation.
doesn't punish them when so the point is that if you are not able to achieve what you said, what are the punitive measures?
Okay.
So we're talking about roads. Why would somebody construct a road and in the next 2 months, 3 months, the road is messed up and the person has taken the money and gone? And we are not doing anything and we're waiting for governments to bring money to come and fill the potholes that the person has messed up. So when somebody is going to construct a road like the Temamoto Way, for example, we say if that road doesn't last for 20 years, we're going to punish you, we'll jail you, and all the people that you worked with, including maybe your family members. Then when you are going to take that contract, the members will say that, guys, we need to do ABC. Otherwise, quality control will come in the next 1 year, 2 years. So whilst you are constructing the road, know that after a year, if a pothole develops, you are in trouble. 2 years, you are in trouble. 3 years, it must last. So if you know that you are not going to do quality work, nobody would dare do it.
I like that leg of the conversation, Patrice, that you introduced about punitive measures and the disincentive. It definitely is the case, and Mawuena, I know you'll agree that we've glorified certain things in our society and even as a people. It's something I don't know if we're really averting our minds to what we glorify as, being worthy. So I'm not saying that every wrongdoer needs to be shunned forever and ever, but these days somebody, gains popularity for doing the wrong thing and they are rather embraced even more.
Thank you. So that is the
what we
system
now
we have
perceive
created.
as, once it's popular, we don't mind. We seem not to really care the background of that individual. And I think that's also seeped into the way that we do things. Corrupt individuals get such a light pass in society, whereas I think before it used to be the case that you even feel embarrassed to feel comfortable in society when you do the wrong thing. But these days, it's cool.
Yeah.
This person has done this, gone to jail, they return and get even more accolades, even more opportunities. I think to some degree, we also need to take it to the heart of society, to the heart of the home. Why have we changed so much as a people? We used to have shame. Now we don't have shame. We don't care. Our standards have dropped. Is it from the nuclear
made
family?
politics light.
Is it because we've gone away from the extended family? What is changing about us as a people that we're not glorifying excellence? Watch Ghanaian movies of old. The way we used to hold our posture, the way we used to speak. Things are really changing. And if I can agree with one thing is that, with Patrice, is that we've got to also present refined candidates. And
yes,
I agree with Mawuena as well that we as the people, what do we want?
Helen, mine is, which one would you choose?
053-220-0927. 053-220-0927. Let us in on what you think as to this what we're talking about, right? Yeah. 053-220-0927. And it's a conversation that comes up every now and then as to where we're headed as a people, what really we have planned for ourselves, amongst other things. You can share your thoughts with us, not just here, but on Facebook as well, where we're streaming live. 053-220-0927. Patrice, just so that we can get on.
So I was saying, which one would you choose? Would you prefer a qualified doctor who would err in the process of doing the surgery, or you go for a quack one who would equally err? So yes,
nobody wants
qualified always.
Exactly. So I'm picking this from the point that we have got people who are enlightened to do this, but yet they didn't achieve. Yes. So it is better for you to get the person hired now. After getting them, then now you put in place structures that would check those people.
And then when they err, you also have the punitive.
Exactly. They must be punished. People must be punished. Why does it happen in China, in Japan, in Singapore, in South Korea? Why do people get punished when they err? So I think which country was that? The gentleman, he was an MP, and instead of taking the bicycle or the train, he used electronic transport, the Uber and all those things, and he presented his invoice for payment. He was taken out. He was sacked.
Right.
Because everybody else was joining the bus and they were riding bicycles, and but you were taking Uber. No way. They just cut him out.
Let's get into some other matters.
Yes.
Fuel prices are expected to drop Starting from today, the NPA has reduced the price floor as well, and so that's a matter of interest for those of us, those of you who drive, right? Those of you who drive.
In fact, for all of us, because once fuel prices start to dance pan logo, everything starts to also dance pan logo, food prices and so on and so forth. So this is what a further drop from what we've seen recently, Mawuena. Is that what it is? We know that government had absorbed a certain percentage of the cost. Somewhat 2 weeks past.
Yes, so 2 cities were swallowed by the government from the price of diesel.
Diesel, okay.
It's just diesel. But from what we are understanding, the NPA price floor has been reduced from 14 cedis 53 pesos per litre on petrol to 13 cedis 92 pesos per litre. And then diesel, the price floor has fallen from 16.97 to 15.19. So a reduction of 1 cedi 78 pesos from diesel in terms of the price floor. And so relatively you see that there's a decline of some sort for at least from now till the end of August.
To the end of August.
Yeah, because we have two pricing windows. We have two pricing windows. Depending on what happens on the world market in terms of prices, we're expecting the price to be relatively stable like this until the end of the month.
And then, of course, the way in which the city performs will be very crucial as well. I think we've seen some increase in the
performance of the city. I think not interbank, but BOG rates moved from 11 to 10.90 thereabouts before the week ended last week. And so if that performs a bit more in terms of creditably, then we could see a bit more in terms of an easing as well as to the pump prices. As
we discussed the other time when we had the graph up, we talked about the different components that make up the price of fuel. It'll be also interesting to watch. I'm sure as further developments happen, we can have our graphs up. We'll talk about it some more because we know how important it is for all of us to purchase fuel at a decent price. It also stops the transport operators from salivating too much. As soon as we hear any price increase, we're up in arms because there's no competition, so we're at the mercy. So we welcome this news.
Yeah, I think we should speak to, Duncan Amoah. He's one of the experts. He's executive
at COPEC.
COPEC, executive secretary of COPEC, and I think Duncan can speak to these. But for me, I always like to deal with what would ameliorate the situation. I'm not comfortable with, the price has gone up, it's gone up, it's gone down, they've done well. It's gone up, it's gone up. It's come down, they've done well. Why are we not able to meet the threshold that will satisfy the Ghanaian market? Has it got to do with production? If it is production, why do we have all these oil ports, or oil wells? Let me just situate it properly. Yet we are struggling. How many barrels can this country produce per the oil wells that we have? Are we able to meet it? What is the option to gas? You get it? Are we able to do all these things? Are we able to now, Tema Oil Refinery is on stream and it is working. Now, what are we doing with Tema Oil Refinery? Are we able to refine our own oil?
We have started refining.
Great. If so, what are the volumes that we're looking at? And what period are we giving ourselves that by 2028, 2027, 2029, Ghana should be producing 200 million barrels of petrol? But we leave it open. So whoever is heading MPA, GMPC, Ghana Gas, all these things, we don't know where they need to take us to. So we flip-flop every now and then. So the price is going up. Then people are like, hey, but those are external factors. Now, when these external factors set in, what are the internal shocks that we have put in place based on the plan and strategy that we have for the country? So till date, I don't know if it exists, then please forgive me. But I've not seen any document that points me that Ghana, per the Talo this, Sankofa this, Tano this, and all that, can produce 20 million barrels. Ghana consumes 10 million barrels. So when we have the 20 and we are able to refine all the barrels, we can export to this country, we can sell to people at this price, and this is where Ghana would be. I have not seen such a document. So when fuel price is gone up.
Are you sure you've not seen so, or you've not found it?
Because I've not seen it.
If there is one thing that we have in abundance, it's not policy document.
Yeah,
it is.
But
not,
I've not seen it.
Policy document.
We can write some beautiful things.
Yes.
Don't joke with the Republic of Ghana when it comes to policy document.
So China.
I'm just saying that. Yes. Don't say you've not seen it.
But I've not
don't
seen
say.
It.
Don't say you've not seen it to suggest it is not there.
No. That is why my initial comment was, let's speak to Dankanamwa. Dankanamwa can tell us if there's a policy document like that. You get it? My second point is that I have not seen it, and truly I have not seen it. Neither have I read it anywhere. But my point is that if that was the case, I think between the three of us here would have known that, oh, no, there's a document that says that by 2028, Ghana is going to be fuel sufficient.
I can get online and I'll fetch
something. So these are the matters I speak to. Lest the politicians take us for a ride every now and then, because they know the media will discuss it when it goes up, the media will discuss it when it comes down. When it was 17 cities, what did we say? It's gone up, it's gone up. When it was coming down 9 cities, you're like, ha. 9 cities, now it's like a bottle of beer. You get it? So all we do is that we just glorify ourselves in all these price hikes, price drop, without knowing what holds it for us as a people. Because if we know that we have tasked Edwiji Tamaklo to ensure that wherever he's working, they are supposed to do this, and what's the name? Bawa and Co at God, they are doing this. They're supposed to ensure that God gets this. We're supposed what's the name? The gentleman at Valco, he's been able to do this. We have been able to do. That is what I want to hear. That is the story I want to see in the story, in the books, the primary schools. Ghana used to rely on this, but now Ghana is a producer of 2 million barrels of, yes, so it's in our textbooks as a fact. But if it's not there, politicians always take us for a ride.
Fair enough. That's Patrice Amegashie. See if there are a bit more in terms of messages this morning.
Yeah.
This one. Good morning, guys. I'm Dominic Afachao from Kokomlemle. What you guys are saying is good, but in Ghana here, the educated people are the ones killing us.
Oh.
That cracks me up.
Yes. Because Patrice says that we don't punish.
Yes.
We don't punish.
That cracked me up. This is Ebenezer inside Lagos. Says that I so much agree with Patrice on the kind of leadership we have or select. It has been so normalized to the extent that we don't care who leads us as long as the person is popular. They come to power without knowing what they are coming to do because we select them based on their popularity. We need to change things. Here, let me make a correction in relation to this, right? See, as we will give politicians grief and we will worry them and we will do it. But see, their vision and all of that, there are committees which are putting together policy documents which becomes the flag bearers manifesto or vision. You understand? So let us start from somewhere. As a citizen, pick the manifesto. At least that's the working document they promised, they based on and came to you that vote for them. And begin to read and ask yourself if they are doing what they said they will do. That's a start. So the NDC is in power now. They had a youth manifesto and then they had a manifesto proper. Let's comb through it. What did they say they were going to do? Are they doing it? That's a starting point, right? Because if you say they don't have any plan when they come, that's not true. They come with they sell you an idea. Of course, it's reduced to slogans and say, what were the popular songs from the 2024 even? There was Queen Queen or something, and then which one was very popular for the NPP? I don't remember. The NPP, for some very strange reason, they never seem to have apart from...
They had four... okay, I thought
that
there
was
was four more to do more. That one was very popular. This is back in the day.
Yeah.
They
don't really have...
When it comes to slogans, nobody beats the MPP.
Oh, they have a lot.
They were using... it's true. they were using one of yes, they were using one of that the old Sisifian, but that's not a political song proper, right? We tend to see a lot of the things reduced to just slogans, but there's actually a document they are holding and saying they don't. A lot of the things they say they would do, if you go, it is in the this obviously some is just said on the campaign platforms, which we still hold them by, right? So if you say they don't come with a plan, I will not agree in entirety.
They do not.
It's a working.
No, they do not come with a plan.
Let's do sports.
Yes,
let's do sports.
Bilishan is here with his waistcoat.
Bilishan. May I just say good morning to Codjoe? He's head of a data bank. He's the CEO of data bank.
Absolutely.
Please, can I ask Bill a question?
Yeah, by all means.
Bill, are you getting married today?
Am I getting married
today?
Because you are dressed to the nines. This is somebody's wedding shadow.
Hey.
Leary.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Here comes the groom.
I'll take it to Smoothie. I'll take him to Smoothie this morning.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Big man.
Oxford Street. So I'll take it to yeah. He's getting married, so we need to celebrate him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because of Smoothie, you are getting
Bill,
married.
the way you are shining this morning, are you sure you don't have a work wife? We're talking about it this morning. Those that come to work on Monday, all guns blazing, laughing, all shining, all 30-60.
Wow, a work wife?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
There's something hiding somewhere.
Something.
I'll take it to Smoothie too.
Hey.
We'll go to Smoothie.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll deal with the matter over there.
We'll deal with the matter.
If we need an Egbeta, then we'll take...
We'll take Mawuena.
Let's get into the very latest from the world of sports.
Hello there, good morning and welcome to the sports segment here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Bill Ishen. Let's start off from the local scene where Santicotoco's technical director Stanley Menzo has issued a firm challenge to the club's playing body, asserting that raw athletic talent alone would not be able to guarantee success in modern football. Now, speaking as part of the Porcupine Warriors' ongoing United in Heritage Driven by Excellence campaign, the former Dutch international goalkeeper outlined the cultural shifts required to restore the Kumasi-based Giants to the pinnacle of continental football.
We need players with quality. And what I already said, quality is not enough. You need more things. You need a good mindset. You need to be a professional, and if you can't be that because I don't know what, then we have to say sorry. This is not what we want in the club. This is this is not what the club stands for, and then you have to shake hands and say, okay, maybe it's better to go somewhere else. It's hard, but it's never individuals, never private. It's never out of emotions. It's decisions we make out of profession. You know, it's not about me. It's not about the coach. It's about the club. The recruitment must be better than we have.
That was Asante Kotoko's technical director Stanley Menzo. Now, Medium SC's first team assistant coach Nanea Amankwa emphasized that the team is focused on hitting their tactical targets and correcting defensive mistakes following their 2-2 draw against Ivorian side AFAD Plateau. Now, speaking in his post-match interview after the friendly in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Amankwa explained that the technical team is progressively building a squad ready for both the domestic league and continental assignments.
My impression is very clear, and then we are depending on our objectives that we are here. We are in pre-season. Pre-season normally, we set a target for the team as a coaches. We know what we want, and that is what we are still building on. And it's better now. We are seeing more improvements in the game, especially the games we are playing. The boys are improving. Step by step, we are moving forward. So we are hoping they can do it and they can implement it. It will be better for us for the going up to Africa and then league ahead of us.
That was Mediama SC's assistant coach Nana Yao Amankwa. Now, the National Sports Authority boss Ampofo has revealed that Niger has submitted an official request to use the Accra Sports Stadium as their host venue for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. The request comes as several nations prepare or search for suitable match venues following the Confederation of African Football's strict facility inspection standards across the continent. Now, for confirming the development, the Director General of the NSA disclosed that Ghana is currently weighing multiple stadium hosting obligations ahead of the international break. In addition to Niger's application, several of Ghana's national youth teams are also scheduled to play key competitive fixtures at home.
Minimum of 3 stadia, plus training pitches if you're talking about the under-20 tournament next year, 2027. But of course, beyond that, it's an opportunity to upgrade other facilities. And then we have the AFCON qualifiers themselves, which will start at the end of September, October, running into the second phases next year. But all of this, we must prepare thoroughly. The under-20s, the Olympic team, the Black Meteors, would also want to have their matches in Ghana. Obviously, that schedule is yet to be released by CAF. And then we've had a request from Niger wanting to use Accra as their home venue. We need to look at all of this and work quickly to ensure that we're ready to do the necessary.
That was the Director General of the National Sports Authority who spoke exclusively to 3 sports, that is Yao, Ampofo, and Accra. Let's do some more women's football because the Black Queens, the Black Princesses have set their sights on Poland where the team and the technical handlers have touched down for the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The squad left on Sunday, August 16th, determined to make a mark on the global stage with assistant coach Joyce Ejay outlining a clear objective to guide the team beyond the group stage.
Our main objective is that we should be able to qualify from the group stage and then play in the knockout stage. If we all know that the Black Princesses have qualified and played in the World Cup for 7 times, and in all those, they've not been able to leave the group stage and then make it into the knockout stage. And we've been able to put certain things together, prepare the players so well, so that we will be able to make it through the group stage and enter into the knockout stage and even hopefully qualify for the semi-finals.
That was the Black Princesses assistant coach Joyce Ejay. It's now time for the WAFCON brief brought to you by Goldfields. Now, they are saying for more than 2 decades, Goldfields Ghana has proudly supported Ghana football, standing behind the Black Stars and now the Black Queens Black Challenge, and then the Women's Premier League as Ghana's national teams continue to inspire the nation and pursue excellence. Now, Goldfields remains proud to support the dreams, aspirations and future of Ghana football, empowering through football. Goldfields creating enduring value beyond mining. So that is a message from Goldfields. Now, Cameroon claimed their first Women's Africa Cup of Nations crown with a commanding 3-0 victory over Malawi in the final in Rabat in Morocco, completing a remarkable journey from perennial runners-up to continental champions. And before the final, host Morocco settled for 4th place after losing on penalties to Algeria, who secured the bronze medal. Now, we'll be heading to Europe shortly, but before that, let's do some boxing, because John Lai suffered his first ever defeat in professional boxing career, losing to Robledo in a WBA eliminator. Now, my colleague Andrew Sifabanfo was at Bochum and sums it up in the following report, as John Lai suffered a very, very disappointing defeat.
So in the end, it was an assertive performance from Argentina's Robledo against Ghana's John Lai in the WBA World Eliminator bout. John Lai started the bout brightly amongst the two boxers, but heading into the further rounds of the bout, his momentum waned, and then the assertiveness was in favor of the Argentine, who completely dominated the Ghanaian and floored him on a couple of occasions, and finally did get his win in the 9th round via disqualification. But here at the Bochum page, the fans who turned up to watch, hundreds of them came here to watch the big screens, and they were disappointed by the performance put up by John Lai.
Very, very, very disappointed, because the John Lai I know is not this John Lai. No.
I'm very disappointed, I'm telling you. I know him very well. Very disappointed. The fit is not complete. Because from round 2 and 3, he started struggling with the opponent. You see, he's not fit. The fit is not full. It's not the way he fight. She's a summer fighter. Give and take. So just try to let it. Get that.
Very, very, very bad. This is not a boxer. This is not what you expect from him. You can do better. Very, very disappointed. See, I was not expecting this from him. Like, we will not campaign and sit here and watch it. No, we have better people to go, but we chose you.
The fight is, the battle is very, very fair. But one of our boxers in our line, in making mistake, you don't understand. But we want to beg Azerbaijan, don't give up in this fight. We want to give them this thing to training well. Azerbaijan, we want to show how the fight go. Please, we don't know what you are saying.
So there you have it. It's a wrap here in Bochum, and fans are not happy with John Lai's performance. And Lai will be hoping to regroup and challenge for more bigger bouts in the near future.
Fans definitely not happy with John Lai. Let's go for this quick break and listen to yet another message from Goldfields Ghana.
Champions are not made on match day. They are shaped by belief, opportunity, and the support of those who stand beside them every step of the way. As football takes center stage around the world, Goldfields proudly continues its more than 2 decades for Ghana football. Backing our national.
All right, so that was a message from Goldfields. Let's cross borders now, where Arsenal have kicked off their new campaigning style, defeating Manchester City by 3-0 to lift the Community Shield. The Gunners once again got the better of Enzo Maresca's side, putting on a dominant display to claim their first piece of silverware of the season. Now, City boss Enzo Maresca says his side were undone by conceding an early goal.
Absolutely, the results is not the one we hope. For sure, the goal we conceded after 30 seconds, affect the game. But the reaction after the goal, I think, was good. The first half, before they scored the second one, we had 3-4 chances to score and to draw the game. And again, unfortunately, then we conceded the second one. But now it's a defeat that hurt us, but it's just the beginning.
So that was a message there from Enzo Maresca, who is the current Manchester City boss. Meanwhile, his opposite number, Mikel Arteta, was delighted with his side's display and convincing victory.
Well, a really, really good performance so early in the season to play at the level that we've done it and to show the desire that we showed in every action. I was really impressed, really. I said to them, I really enjoyed watching them play. Pushing each other every single day, and with the squad that we have, with the ambition that we have at the club, that's going to maintain the fire, the elevate the level at the demands daily. If we do that, I'm sure we will be very, very competitive.
So that was Mikel Arteta, who is the head coach of Arsenal. Let's go for this quick break once again and listen to Goldfields Ghana.
Champions are not made on match day. They are shaped by belief, opportunity, and the support of those who stand beside them every step of the way. As football takes center stage around the world, Goldfields proudly continues its more than 2 decades of support for Ghana football, backing our national teams and helping grow the game. Goldfields, creating enduring value beyond mining.
Yes, so Ghana's recently ended WAFCON campaign was proudly powered by Goldfields Ghana. Now, Ghanaian forward Prince Edu Kwapena was on target as Victoria Pleasant secured a thrilling 3-2 victory over FC Zlin in the Czech First League at the Stadion Mesta Pleasant. Edu's goal contribution, he contributed to an entertaining win that gives Pleasant added confidence ahead of the upcoming Europa League qualifiers. The Ghanaian says the result is a timely boost for the team as they prepare for the European challenge.
Thank you very much. I feel so happy because it has been a long time we have felt like this, and we will thank the fans and everybody who supported us in the top moment. So we thank them. They should keep on supporting us. I think we will bring the best out of us. Yeah, it's very necessary because of Europa League. We have to get our confidence to get back to them. Yeah.
That was Ghanaian forward Prince Edu Kwapena speaking, bringing an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with more updates from the world of sports. But until then, do have a great morning.
Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1,600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice. Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100 927. Single 200 Ghana cedis, group of 10, 1,600 Ghana cedis, group of 5, 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis. Group of 10 1600 Ghana cedis. Group of 5 800 Ghana cedis. 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026. Ride the rhythm, discover Ghana. Loading. Are you ready? 3FM Tour to Ghana 2026.
Brought to you by You Fresh Juice, Fratelli Calipo.
2 days, 3 regions. From Accra through Kwao to Kumasi, hundreds of kilometers of rhythm, road and discovery. Hundreds of riders expected, one national journey. This is more than cycling. This is Ghana in motion. 28th and 29th August. To register or participate, call or WhatsApp 0531 100927. Single 200 Ghana cedis.
Difference.
I may have read that somewhere.
Eventually, the sky didn't fall down, but it nearly fell down this weekend because Chikiliki went to call Kwabna, Kosia, Sarah, Menu, Mawuena, Patrice,
but
all for an epic
hungry
deal. You know what? For the uninitiated, I'm talking about the epic promotion that was advertised in lieu of KFC's 15 years, on our shores. So they were offering a 15 cedi promotion for some chicken and some fries, I believe. And whoa.
Are Ghanaians that hungry?
Pandemonium. Ghanaians are hungry for a promo. We love a good deal and we love a good bargain.
This was outrageous.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, really? My point is that, so if you bought all that they were promoting, were you going to eat all, or you were going to feed it to other people, or you had storage capacity enough to keep them over days? So 3 things came to my mind. I think this should serve as an opportunity for whoever is pushing that Nkukon Kitinkiti project to ensure that a lot more is done, because people need it. Seriously, people need it. I wouldn't have issues with KFC, because some people were saying that they should have controlled the crowd, they should have done this. No, they have just put out there what you would refer to as an invitation to treat. So they just put out there that this is what we are doing. So as to whether you are coming in 3 fronts or 4, they don't mind. So long as they are able to serve you at the time that they promised, then fine. So I don't have any issue with KFC. The issue I have is with Ghanaians rushing in there. So that means all along we wanted the chicken to be that cheap.
Oh yes, why don't we want the chicken to be that cheap? You get 1 fried chicken, and then I think you get 3 tenders. That's the one boneless, and then they give you fries. Yes, I studied the deal. Indeed.
Yes,
that's what was in the pack.
That was the offering for the 15 CDs.
What?
No, I'm sure
somebody had a.
No, that one was not.
AI image.
That one was not real. Listen, can we hear some?
Yeah, no, but you see, this is outrageous.
Can we hear some science?
Really?
The Guardian's chair.
So that means, you see, what it tells us is that.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Are you watching us on Facebook or on YouTube?
It all by himself, because everybody was limited to a certain number.
In some branches,
the
staff were so fed up. They were you want to buy how many, we'll sell it to you. I mean, the pandemonium that greeted this promo. I saw staff in parts of Sunyan water hosing customers. I saw a security man lashing customers, lashed a police officer with a cane. Somebody said favor shined on him, so he was able to be identified from the crowd. Say, you come to the front of the line. That was the favor of the chicken licking.
Wow.
Hey, see, because of chicken. Look, we saw glass breaking, shattered the door. People's fathers being just thrown out. DJ, how do you know this?
The Kasa one was also intense. So. You see, that means a lot of people are hungry and a lot of people need things like food to eat. So we are not meeting the threshold of the food
We are
buffer.
food insecure.
Yes.
I mean,
so we need to meet that
if you want
threshold.
to go down into numbers as to food security and all of that, we are food insecure.
Yeah.
But let's listen to a bit of what transpired, I think.
Certainly. Let's take a listen.
And crowd control.
People are too many. I think people were still even break the glass of the gate. So that's why they make a line from here to there. I'm not getting and I came to stand there. Anyone you buy 15 cents. And pizza is 89 cents. Anyone you buy depends on the price the amount that you buy. But all is 15 cents. So anyone like
I heard that there is some promo about the pizza and all those things. And as I came to his truly, they are doing the promo. I came here about 30 minutes time ago, but the people who are here, they are many. But when I said I'll join the queue, so it's not really that to reach my thing. That's why I'm standing beside the car over here.
Some patrons arrived as early as 3 a.m., determined
going to buy it for that price, then wait the next day and then just go
buy your normal
and buy
pack,
it.
right?
This is very disheartening. I mean, this is very disheartening. I am really pained by seeing this thing. You see, look, it hurts to see a group of people who will just behave in such a manner just because chicken is sold at 15 cedis and it comes with fries. So, no, this is very painful.
Oh, I see the railing is even destroyed.
Everything is broken. Oh. People in positions of authority should just see these things and understand the pain they are taking people through, to understand what is really going on the ground.
Press somebody in the
I understand where we're seeing the railing destroyed. That was on the KNUST, is on campus. They've got a branch. So the students are the ones.
So it was university students who were.
For that railing that we saw broken here, the students just stepped on it and they broke the whole show.
Here's what I'm gonna say, right?
Food is very expensive. That means food is very expensive.
Look, I will not see it in the light as to food is expensive and all of that. Look, if KFC didn't do this promo over the weekend, people were still hungry. People have been hungry. We are food insecure. I can have us pull up the data as to how many Ghanaians go once a day with food and all of that. This is not highlighting it, right? And so I want to take a very different cue because I've seen ladies, there's a Medina going to Adenta. There's a shop which sells hair, which was doing promo. It was all ladies who, it was something like this.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is that once there is a promo and people believe the thing is almost a freebie, you will see an instance like this.
It's like what we see in the States. For example, when you have Black Friday.
Okay,
Black Friday. You see different
the kind of, they say, for a once in a lifetime deal, this TV that you've been looking for is now reduced to clear. And then you see that kind of rush and that kind of pandemonium. I suppose it would have been interesting to get some Patrice, that marketing perspective, what is it that happens to our brains when we hear, because on one side, definitely food insecurity will cause this kind of pandemonium for chicken, but what is it about that kind of marketing that makes us think, I have to take advantage of this promotion? You hear sale, you hear Black Friday, you hear reduced to clear, you hear promo, and we all go crazy.
Your expectations have been met, that is all. Because you have a desire for something, but you don't have the purchasing power to be able to grab it at that point. So two people walk these fronts. It is those who want to profiteer. So if it is selling at half the price, they'll just buy it and stock it, and then after the promo is ended, they go and resell it, and then they make more money. And then there are those people who have desired this particular product for a long time, wishing and hoping that they would also be within that space where they can have a TV in their room, have this air conditioner, have this and that. Now that it's been reduced, please, let me just quickly go and, what they say, make hay while the sun shines.
I take advantage of promos to buy stuff. If there's an appliance I need and it's reduced, it's slashed by a certain price.
Yeah.
Yes, you will take advantage.
You understand? So we can have conversations as to what lessons or what other things. And the part where I will maybe align a bit more with what Patrice says is that, okay, do we have an intervention in relation to chicken?
Do we have?
Like maybe the Nkukon Kitten, for instance, right? If it's an initiative that does well, does it become a substitute for the importation which will be coming? Those sort of conversations. But as to someone suggesting, oh, why are people queuing up? You queue up for a lot of things.
We do. See,
maybe crowd control, preparedness for something like this, right, should have been top of mind, because there are abuses happening there. I can't come down, I'm coming to take advantage of a promo, and then you're using
you are laughing me
and then you are
with the cane. I mean, I saw one, this is somebody who, strong TikTok gentleman being pushed around by security personnel. Obi Papa, it's not a good look at all, because that's another leg of the conversation is
students.
Crowd control.
Students are,
crowd control. Talk about security, because I'm sure some people also went in there thinking, who has left their back pocket a bit loose? You see, somebody,
wants to get
promo for the kids. You know, the kid, I want to eat KFC, I want to eat KFC. So the parents are also under pressure. So we can also pick quick thoughts of a security analyst just on this issue. We'll do that very quickly. Yes, indeed. Very important, Patrice. And then we'll get into our big conversation, because I mean, this is vital intel. How can I lure a big group of people to a specific destination to potentially foment trouble? Is that something we are vetting our minds to? Lure them with chicken, create confusion on one side, maybe cause confusion at another side. Maybe it's a too sinister a connection to make, but these things can happen.
Yes, would be in trouble if something like that should have happened.
Can you imagine what would have been?
They were used as a decoy.
Imagine.
No, they can't do that.
Imagine if we'd had something more serious happening. Apart from glass shattering.
Yes.
Or imagine if there'd been more of a stampede and
so
what
like I said, it wouldn't have been the fault of KFC if anything happened to anybody. Seriously.
No?
Yes, no.
We couldn't put the blame on their doorstep?
No, the point is that KFC didn't authorize them to misbehave. KFC said, I have made provisions for everybody who would walk into my place to buy what's the name, chicken and the fries. But as to how you're going to get in, just form a queue. If people think that the queue is just so long, they want to jump it, that is their own cup of tea. It is not the responsibility of KFC to say that form a queue this way or everybody needs to move in steadily. So KFC is they will not be held responsible for anything, or they should not be held responsible for anything.
Really?
No,
I mean, given that
they will.
Given that they even without the promo, you go to certain branches. I can cite the Osu branch on a Friday evening. It can get quite busy in there.
Yes.
Should they not be putting some extra security at posts?
You have options to either stay or go. I'm not forcing you. I said I'm running a promo. So I said come in and you would get what I have to offer.
Is it unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up security? Because it's unreasonable.
Yes, it is unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up.
Well,
because
it's not.
No, for me, it is unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up security.
Here's why I believe it is. Because, you see, we sit here, we have conversations about plan and all of that. When you open up the space and say that you're running a promo, 15 CDs per pack, you plan for it.
Yes.
You plan that there will be people who will come in numbers, and you arrange such that when the crowd does come, there is a plan to deal with the numbers that are coming in. Not to say that, oh, I said promo, so come if you like. No.
My plan was a food plan. So what if it had rained? Would we have said that KFC needed to provide umbrellas for everybody or shelter for everybody?
I think maybe that one would be a stretch. But let's settle this. Dr. Victor Doka is a security analyst.
Right.
I'll ask him that question as my first question. Let's settle this debate. Doc, hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. We're talking about what transpired over the weekend. A very juicy promo was offered by KFC, and we saw scores of people trooping to their various branches. And you know what transpired wasn't so good across the board, across the country. The first question I want to ask, and I think it will settle a debate in studio, is what level or what duty of care did KFC owe the patrons? Were they supposed to provide extra security to ensure that there was more order?
Right, thank you. So I'm not going to limit this to only KFC, but every organization, institution that deals with the market space. And even, corporate institutions like churches. Now, when you're organizing an event where you're expecting large numbers, what you do is you notify the authorities through the MMDCs for protection, or you can directly go send notification to the police that this is what the institution wants to undertake. You need assistance. If you're looking at branches across like that's a very huge magnitude, so you would expect that, okay, the institution organization in the various regions would do due diligence and inform the security authorities to provide some level of security. There are barricades that they can bring in to barricade a place. They can deploy men to forestall order and all of that. So, for example, when churches are having their crusades and all of that, they notify the Ghana police. Why so? Because they need assistance with traffic, directions. They need assistance with barricading. So to keep order, so you wouldn't have the disturbances, unforeseen circumstances. So I think this is what the authorities also should look at, the security authorities or the authorities in charge of what organizing such events, so that any institution, whether food joints or whatever that wants to hold such, promos, they have to do due diligence. Now, if the unfortunate had happened, then it would have been a different story. But probably this, wake-up call to us, an early warning sign in that regard. Because the reason I'm saying is tomorrow onwards, Hisense is going to have its promo.
I see.
And if they are listening, then it means they should take a cue on how to organize orderly processes, either on notify authorities. But I can understand, you have so many branches, so it becomes difficult to inform the authorities. But ideally, that's the way it should done.
So you mentioned that security should have been beefed up, but let's talk about a hypothetical situation. In the event that, let's say, somebody had been trampled upon or somebody had been seriously injured, who would bear that responsibility?
Of course, the organization. The organization. So hypothetically, in this case, it would be the food joint that will be held responsible, because it happened in your premises. And you never put in any sign or direction as to how to go about the process and all of that. So anybody in your premises is your responsibility. And that's what we here need to understand. It's very key that we understand that.
And Doc, before we let you go, what advice then would you give to the citizenry listening? Some are lacing their boots to go and take advantage of the Hisense promo. We saw people being, slapped and pushed, and doors being broken, and so on and so forth. A word of caution to the general populace, please.
I think we should understand that in as much as we love promos, we should be careful with regards to how we go about these things. Of course, your life is more important than the promo. You lose your life, you don't get the promo. What else? You spend more money taking care of medical bills and whatnot. And so we should be able to also ourselves, without any kind of, supervision, behave orderly. And so if the organization has a mandate to also provide some level of security to their, private security and all of that, you make, provisions for all those things. So we have to just be responsible with regards to how we, want to purchase items that have been reduced for, for buying. It's something we need to look at. This area has not been considered, but we need to now focus on it and then, prevent any unforeseen circumstances in the future.
Absolutely, Doc. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Dr. Victor Doke is a security analyst, shedding some more light on what transpired over the weekend. We know we have some upcoming promos in the pipeline. Do stay safe. If you are lacing your boots for tomorrow, don't become victim, for some lashings and pushing and all sorts.
The weekend was good. Did any of you join the KFC queue to try and get some promo in terms of a chicken? Just quick thoughts in relation to what we saw over the weekend. There are those who raise national security concern and some suggestion of the fact that look, this could point to even more difficulty, right, in terms of the realistic numbers as to food insecurity amongst other things in the country. Let me start with you, Prosper. Seeing something like that, what did it point out to you as an ordinary Ghanaian?
Well, good morning to your viewers and listeners. I think generally it's a demonstration of a failed system, because you have a product like KFC.
The way Ghanaians love
you have
their
a product
promo.
like KFC which shouldn't ordinarily be serving as a luxury commodity, but the perception around it makes Ghanaians feel like KFC is it's a luxury commodity. But rightly so, like you said, this is a demonstration of the food insecurity we have in this country. Data from the Statistical Service, as published some time ago, shows that the food insecurity has increased from about 31% to 38.1%, from 35 to 38.1%, which shows that a population at about 12% or so of the population, that's 12 million so of the population are facing food insecurity. And so generally, this should raise concerns for government to tackle some of these things. And it's also raised a concern. I heard you, together with other colleagues, initially discussing how Nkwo Kitikiti could have mitigated some of these things. I think if the bets were given out and properly, so the policy had been rolled out well, we wouldn't have a situation where probably if people wanted to eat chicken, they would have queued at KFC there. But they also had a responsibility of care to ensure that those who patronize their services there, because even if it's a promo and you reduce it to 1 cedi, someone is using his money to buy. And so you have a responsibility of care to ensure the safety of your customers. You are not operating on an island, you're operating in a country that's governed by rules and regulations. So you need to ensure that the safety of your, of your customers, the citizens, are protected. You see, but it also gives a broader perception that we are not learning as a country. Few months ago, we had the Elwak situation, the stampede, where about 6 or so citizens died. And so if you have a situation where Hisense, I'm not trying to belittle anyone's product or cast aspersions on anyone's product, but we have a situation where Hisense has been running promo for some time now. We've been seeing the numbers, and you know KFC too is going to do similar thing. We could have preempted some of these things to ensure that proper measures are put in place. But I think to a large extent, it gives an opportunity for us to have a broader conversation on how some of these things need to be tackled. We spoke about the stadium disaster. Every year we celebrate it, we honor those who have passed, and May 9th, then it goes on like that. The Elwak situation too, we may remember them, and to go on like that. We're just probably fortunate that we've not heard of any casualty that has been recorded, but the KFC as a brand has a duty of care to ensure that their customers are protected. When I come to TV3, for instance, or 3FM, you have a duty of care to ensure that I'm protected here. No one will just walk into studio here to attack me. It's all part of it. So KFC needs to know, and every organization needs to know, that whoever patronizes their services or whoever engages their services, they have a duty of care to protect the people. What we saw, obviously, you may think is good for businesses, but they also needed to protect their customers.
Right. Prosper, thank you. Doc, just quick thoughts as well in relation to that subject matter, and then we can get into some other matters.
How quick you want my thought to be? Thank you very much. Well, once again, good morning to all of you, and good morning to Ghanaians. I take the platform to say a word of greetings to the NDC family, especially His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Before I comment on that KFC issue, I would like to make a reference to Thomas Edison, who invented light bulb in 1879, who has a patent right to sell bulbs. The bulbs you are seeing in this room all over. It's just the same way as KFC has done. A system, economic innovation and prosperity system that need to grow in terms of development of either food and beverages, either hardwares, either in any innovation, there must be what we call rules and regulations. And the bottom line is that institutions are game changers of an economy. So if we take, for instance, KFC to be a game changer in Ghanaian economy in terms of providing nutrition for citizens and as well as generating revenue for government to get their tasks and all that. It simply means that there must be consideration in the areas of corporate governance. The reason is that before decision of the promotion, there must be a responsibility of the KFC management to do consultation with security agencies, stakeholders, and make sure that that promo does not affect the masses. 2, I also derive that operational risk was not put in place. Operational risk management was not put in place to make sure that even announcing the fact that the park is 15 Ghana cedis already should send a signal that you're going to have a number of people beyond the normal buying system that you have, that you walk into KFC and buy on normal times. But this is the price is a change already in bringing more people, increasing the volume of those who purchase. So that also has not been taken into account. And then public safety. When we come to public safety, it's not a mere thing. It is not just customer behavior issue. It's a security issue. And further contestation by KFC should have been done to be able to circumvent this bad circumstance. And from economic inference point, I would like to state that as a country, this would tell that these indicators, for instance, the KFC scenario should give us the leverage that household purchasing power and affordability is low. And then also, one critical thing is that the poverty inequality, even within the poverty itself, there are even deeper inequality among Ghanaians. And that must be addressed both by government and precautionary discussions has to be made by citizens of this country to resolve those issues. And this is not about political divides. This is a state issue that we have to solve. Like I said, economic institutions of economics and innovation and prosperity must be backed by a huge law framework that bind everybody to be able to go through the procedure, capacity, risk management, production, and all that. That is why my host, I thought of government having an economic intelligent development unit where every indicator from each sector will seek to address this kind of problems. Thank you very much on that subject. Man.
Right. Interesting thoughts. These are just quick thoughts in relation to one of it was an interesting event from the weekend.
Definitely. And just from this chicken fracas, we've been able to expand the tentacles of the conversation to talk about purchasing power, the economy, as well as, the poverty index. So it's not even just about the chicken and the pandemonium. I think we've been able to tease out certain things around this issue. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Hisense, over to you.
Well, over to them in quite some fairness. We're going to switch lanes and get into the outcome from the NPP's regional executive elections from the weekend. I'm going to take us to a number of places where a number of the persons who emerged victorious were speaking. We're going to start off with Kwame Bafu, also known as Abronye DC, and a host of others. And then I'll return in studio and we'll ask the question whether or not this changes anything in terms of the party's fortunes and how well they're able to galvanize going forward.
2028, measure money number. So 2028, Chairman himself, Mayor Wonders. Okay, that was Bruno Ready. The Bayer Regional Youth Organizer. The catcher almost say a Bayer Wonders. I will have. At the Motis, I see you can see you can and I was in a Bono Nana. No, a general secretary. Yeah, we need 26 from I boss. They could see at you. Yeah, we need 26. Okay, it's in chat in Munio. Then catch almost a Wonders a year 2016. Chat not to your Bayers are Wonders with 2018.
I would like to say thank you to all our constituency executives, Chescon, all the Council of Elders, Council of Patrons, and all others who came in here to vote. I want to express our sincere gratitude to all of them for having elected us to lead the New Patriotic Party in the next 4 years in the Eastern region. This election and this victory, to me, is a victory of the New Patriotic Party. The first point of call, our profound agenda now is to find a way to unite our party together, to bring everybody on board, to prepare our party for victory in 2028. That is the task ahead of us. I know it's going to be an arduous task, but yes, we are prepared to go on and grab the wheels and get the job done.
But beyond the cell.
We've been doing this for quite long. I've been around for 24 years, through the polling stations to the region. This election wasn't different. I expected more, but you know, the delegates have done well. They say I have 177 out of 302. That's the margin. The next thing is to unite the party. Nothing than unity. I agree with him perfectly. We have the strategies, we have the experience, we are fearless, we are accessible, and I think in the coming days, NDC will be in trouble.
So those are some executives, right, who emerged victorious from there. I'm going to have us hear Bernard Okoboy as well speak after he emerged Greater Accra Regional Chairman.
We thank the Almighty for victory. Then secondly, I have to thank all the constituency executives. They've shown a lot of love. I went there with a very genuine message that I'm going to be a servant leader. I'll be close to them. And I think the message went down. 488 versus 173. It's got almost 3 times. So I think the endorsement is overwhelming and the message was clear. What I told them was that we have to come together, be unified so we can work towards power. Not power to lord over others, but power to create opportunities for the youth and to secure the future for our elderly. And so I just want to greet my opponent. My opponent, I always say, is my mother's classmate. So he's a father. He is not my adversary. He is not my target. The target is to try and criticize, to analyze the doings of this government and make sure that we work hard so that December 2028, Al-Hajj, Dr. Mahmoud, can be the president of this republic and lead Ghana into the next phase of transformation and jobs for the youth. And so I think so far, everything was smooth, with the exception of a few hitches. The hitches makes the excitement. And I'm happy that largely we have conducted ourselves well. Let me also thank you, the media, for the coverage. Accra has a new leader. Accra has a new direction. Accra has a new energy. We are going to work, get close to Ghanaians, those especially in Accra, understand their issues and work towards providing solutions to our issues. That is what I can say for you.
That's Bernard Okoboy. After all was said and done, I'm going to walk you through who emerged victorious where within the regional setup. But after all was said and done, the regional leaders met Dr. Bawumia, right, who is the party's flag bearer, and there were some comments in relation to that as well, as to executing a plan for victory come elections 2028, amongst other things. And here is what was said. If I can just get that for us briefly, in relation to what was said when that meeting did transpire from over the weekend.
It's a very great day. We have the newly elected Greater Accra Regional Executive, led by the chairman, Dr. Okoboy. Let me congratulate you all, and also congratulate the constituency chairman who are here. We've all fought a solid battle, and you've been here. I know Dr. Okoboy very, very well. We are very good friends. He's a good man. He's unified, and he's very humble, if you know him. And I believe that he's going to really bring us a lot of seats in Greater Accra. The goal for all of us, is to win the 2028 election. This is just a stepping stone towards winning 2028. As a party, we have been engaged in an exercise of reorganization. We've had our polling station elections, our electoral area, we've had our constituency, we've now had our regional elections, and we will culminate that process on October 3rd with the national elections. And therefore, at the end of that, the party will be in a good position to have that vehicle that drives us to victory in 2028. So there's a lot of work ahead of us, and we are going to do that work in unity. If we are united, I'm telling you, we will win 2028. That is the key ingredient for victory. It's unity. And that is what I want to really plead, that this election is over. You've had competitors. Let us come together. And I believe in what Dr. Okoboy has said, that he would do everything to bring everybody and use everybody's talents. Because if we keep our talents, at home or in the cupboard, it doesn't help the party. We want to use everybody's talents to get victory for the party.
So that's Dr. Bawumia speaking as well. I'm going to start with Prosper because he's a member of the NPP and it was their elections. But just quickly, let me run you through the list of winners, right? I have that on. I mentioned you can go to 3news.com and you see that for yourself. So Ignatius Kwesi Frifa is the NPP's Western Region Chair. Alhaji Idrisu Sulemana is Savannah Region NPP Chair. Kwame Bafo Abronye is retained the Bono Region Chairmanship. Bernard Okoboy is for Greater Accra. Odeneho Kweku Appiah is the Ashanti Regional Chair. Jeff Konedu Ado has been retained as the Eastern Regional Chair of the NPP. Joseph Kobena Esibo has been retained for the Central Region. Robert Safo Mensah has won in the Ahafo region. Mohamed Batima Adam Samba, chair of the NPP in the Northern region. Alhaji Hussein Nuruddin is chair in the Northeast region. Elvis Figo Awenikai is Upper East region NPP chair. Makafu Kofi Wanya is a Volta region NPP chair, amongst others. Prosper, let me start off with you. You've crossed one hurdle. Perhaps October 3 is when the last one will be cleared. But does this position the party now towards that final hurdle? And we were hearing the flag bearer say that, look, the goal is to win elections 2028. Does this set you on the path towards that?
Most certainly. I think this is part of our reorganization processes, and I'd like to first congratulate all winners and wish contenders also very well, because it was a good exercise that we had over the weekend. It was violent-free. There was no incident of vote buying, and so this is a good step towards Victory 2028. Generally, it was a fair election, and the results across board is a clear demonstration of what the party at the base there wants and what the party wants to work with towards election 2028. So in the early stages, I would say yes, this is a good step for the party towards Victory 2028. But most importantly, we need a united front for the 2028 general election, because results studied from our 2024 general elections showed that a chunk of our base didn't go to vote. They were disgruntled. And so we need to consolidate all our base, all our efforts towards winning election 2028. So generally, it was a fair process. It was a peaceful exercise. And once again, congratulations to all the winners.
Those are preliminary comments. I'm sure we'll begin to get into a bit more. Doc, quick thoughts as well in relation to what it is that we saw from the weekend, and then we can begin to go into the numbers as to what the voter turnout was like in 2024 and all of that.
Well, from my perspective, I think on several times I had mentioned that the NDC is not perturbed by any political strategy that the MPP will deploy, whether after the reorganization or in 2028 election. We are well experienced. We have the capacity. We have the strategic management skills. We have the know-how of the politics of Ghana over the years, and we are sustainable enough to match them in 2028. However, I have to state clearly that the reorganization of the MPP is necessary, because we don't want to go into competition with a scattered reorganization of the opposition party. If they've done it well, it is good for them. If they don't do it well, it is bad for them. And they must know that they have a very big time, Herculean task ahead of them. What I see is that to be able to win back the structures that you have destroyed over the years, the element of your own party members, it's also there. There's an internal work to be done. You have to build confidence in the economic indicators that you have let ajar, which, excuse me to say, today is not a time for debate. It is just to acknowledge the political trend of what you have done. And I must say that if the elections are peaceful, as my opponent has stated, it is good for the democracy of this country. If it is not done well, the laws of the state will be applied to each and every political party that refuses to go through the political processes of election in a very disciplined manner. On top of my voice, I always say that a country that will develop will not be totally based on discipline. If the society is not disciplined with the laws and regulations, we are failing the institutions. We cannot achieve what we want to achieve for the development of this nation. So it is important, and it is credible enough that as a political party, any promise or statement that you put out there, you need to fulfill it. And that is what the current government led by John Dramani Mahama, we are seeking to do, so that at the end of the day, we'll be accountable in 2028 and win the election to continue the good work that we are doing.
Right. I'm going to go for this break. Or Helen, just quick thoughts or after I return from the break. So I'm going to go for this break. When we return, then we begin to go into the numbers a bit more, right? Because we've seen Okobo in the Greater Accra region. We're seeing Abronia in the Bunu region. We're seeing Koka in the Ashanti region. The Ashanti and then the Eastern regions are pretty much like where it all goes down for the NPP. In the Ashanti region, it wasn't great performance, even though that was still where you got the chunk of your vote and all of that. So when I return from this break, we'll get a bit more into those specific details here on the show. This is the 3FM Sunrise. Please stick and stay with us. #9, there's an interesting graph which I want us to start off with in terms of the conversations here on the show. It points to where the NPP got its share of votes from regional basis from the 2024 elections. I'm going to start off this way, right? So we'll look at where the votes were from for Dr. Bawumia or the NPP in general, and whether the changes in positions means anything going forward. 29.4% was the share of votes they got from the Ashanti region. It was the most, almost twice as much as any other region could give them, and yet still the NPP or the analytical approach is that look, the individuals did not turn up in their numbers to vote as would have been expected. In the Greater Accra region, it was 14.6%. In the Eastern region, it was 10.6%, and then Central, Northern, Western, Bono, Northeast, Bono East, and Western North as well. I have for Upper East, Upper West, Uti, Savannah, and then the Volta region in that light. Prosper, I'm going to start off with you again. Let's start off with the Ashanti region. Coca is your new regional chair. What does this mean in terms of galvanizing the base and getting them to come out in their numbers to want to vote for the NPP? If what we saw in elections 2024 is anything to go by.
All right, so Coca's then became predominant on the scene on the last #1 primaries they had, where he contested with Chairman Wontumi, and it was a fierce contest. And so looking at the results from what we've seen over the weekend, it shows that generally the delegates believe that he will be able to marshal out the forces for us in the, in the Ashanti region. And so this is a clear indication that the base of the party in the region are really behind him. He gave his close contender, that's Kobna Kokofu, a very big margin. That shows that truly the base of the party is solidly behind him. And I think looking at the other executives that were elected to help him work in the region, it gives a strong indication as to the direction of the party. A very young and youthful executives that were elected for the party. When you look at our national organizer, our regional organizer there, Kwakwa, when you look at the comms officer there, and obviously the youth organizer obviously needs to be a youth. But when you look at the broad-based, election in the Ashanti region, those who have been elected, it gives a strong indication as to the direction the party is going. Because when you take someone like Kwakwa, he contested with Rafsa Akodie, who was the immediate past youth organizer in the region. And so for the delegates in the region to entrust the organization of the region in the hands of Kwakwa shows the understanding they have, the direction they want the party to go. And so they believe that, yes, together with other executives there, together with the constituency executives, together with the police station executives, we'll be able to marshal our forces in the region there.
There's a suggestion that, in the lead up to this, there were concerns, albums and what have you, who has the right to vote and all of that. Based off on what you in the NPP, and I say you in the NPP because you're the party individuals. So there are some who are still NPP members who are sitting on the fence and are aggrieved as a result of happenings from the past. Do you see that new leadership being able to bridge that gap and to get persons to get onto the fold again? Because it's been said so many times that if your supporters turn up in their numbers, all you need is Ashanti and then Eastern regions to have won the national elections.
You see, when you look at the election, the reorganization of the party in terms of election from the police station, generally this time around it has been quite peaceful. Unlike previous years, we didn't have much of a situation where people complain about album. There were few issues that were ordinarily resolved. That's why it generated generally into the constituency elections and the regional elections. There wasn't much of an issue. And this time around too, there wasn't much of a fashion where you say this person belongs to Camp A or Camp B. You saw the spokesperson for the flag bearer, Dr. Gideon Boaku, in Ashanti campaigning for Coca. You saw elements who are also very close to the flag bearer also campaigning for, how do you call it, is close contender Kukufu. So it shows that generally the party is moving in the right direction. It shows that everyone is coming on board. If obviously you are aggrieved by past incidents, the current incident should tell you that the party has turned a new leaf. Everyone is coming on board. You can't cry over a sports book. You can't do that. We all may have one or two issues that had happened in the past, and if that's the situation, then we may fold our arms and not do party work or ensure that the party comes back to power. Yes, there may be issues, but it's better for your party to be in power than to be an aggrieved person in opposition. It doesn't help anyone. We believe strongly that everyone needs to come on board, given what has taken place over the weekend. And it's not only in Ashanti region, we look at other regions too as well. So we believe that whoever may be aggrieved, yes, we may have genuine concerns for which reason you are aggrieved. Everyone may have one or two reasons for which they are aggrieved. But we believe that when we all come together, we present a united front, a strong force that will rescue power for the party come December 2028.
All right. Doc, let me come to you as to if that is a similar sense you catch from this reorganization bid by the NPP. And then we'll get on to the phone lines as well and speak to Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ottare.
From my point of view, I think that strong political internal unity is highly needed for NPP to ravage these percentages. If you look at the statistics even, it's showing clearly that the MPP has a lot to do in terms of performance indicators. For policy, I must say that they need to do a lot to research, structure their promises, the way they promise citizenry, the way they promise their own members. And evidence will show largely in the general elections, even this evidence are showing in the elections they've done so far, the presidential elections, the regional elections, and then coming to constituency elections. I want to put on record that you may perfectly have, constitute an election for the regional executives. They need to be as sweet as the word. But there's a huge work down the grassroots for them to do. If they are sensitive to the plight of the people at their grassroots, they will know that, yes. But I believe, looking at the bigger picture as an NDC communicator, I believe that hugely the MPP's performance in 2020 will be measured by Ghanaians in terms of their previous performance, their structural performance in the economy, and then also their policy advancement. And still, I will say that every single thing you do, this morning I've come here, the reception you have given me, one of the key factors of this reception for me to deliver is water. Is that correct? And it's showing on the table the evidence. There's no way you can hide away from Ghanaians this time without really doing what you say and doing it right for them to measure you. The same will be applied to the NDC in power. If we have not done well, Ghanaians will do us away. If we have done well, the evidence will be there in terms of growth, in terms of jobs, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of hospitals, among other things. So this time, it is not going to be like how we used to make political promises and we wouldn't do it. The fact is that Ghanaians will measure equitably in our delivery. Thank you.
Let me get onto the phone. Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ottry is a political analyst with the University of Cape Coast, is joining us via the phone as well. Doc, I appreciate you for joining us this morning here on the 3FM Sunrise. We've seen the outcome of the regional executive elections. The party's flag bearer has been speaking as well and suggests that, look, the work begins now. Even though we have October 3 for national elections, the work begins now. Let's rally around, work towards victory come elections 2028. From a political analyst standpoint, seeing the results and how things played out, is that assertion accurate, and is the NPP ready now, at least partly, to begin to soldier on for elections 2028?
Yeah, Mawuena, thank you. Let me say good morning to your listeners. Partly yes, partly no. Yes, in the sense that you have elected an individual in the person of Dr. Okoboy for Greater Accra. That, for me, is someone with clout, an indigene for that matter. Having been a minister, MP before, well, I think he's risen through the ranks and knows the nooks and crannies of the party, and so on and so forth. It's just that Greater Accra has not been the home of the NPP. By and large, if you look at the trajectory from 1992 to 2004, in terms of presidential elections, the NPP has won just 3 out of 9. So the MDC holds 3 different elections ahead of the NPP. So partially, you have to appreciate the fact that the MPP, the NDC can still call Greater Accra their home. Secondly, the Ashanti region, which is the hub of the party, virtually the fortunes of the party, are dwindling in terms of Ashanti region. Perhaps because of the politics of Mr. Wontumi. And that in itself has not really, resonated well with the grassroots of the party. If you look at the current trajectory and polls that have come up, it shows that the attraction of the youth is drifting away from the NPP to the NDC. And certain significant projects, once they are concluded, commissioned and they are in use, will not in any way inure to the favor of the NPP. And that in itself will equally affect the chances. So they are partly ready, partly they are not. But to the extent of electing Mr. Abronye, for me, they are not ready. Because his type of politics does not really resonate well with the generality of the populace. And so if the delegates have decided to re-elect him, either because he's a Baumia boy or not, that for me is not sending the right message to the general populace. And it is a decision that the delegates have done. Leadership reflects the general, citizens. So that is the kind of individual that they want or they think will bring, goodies to the party. Because today you are holding just one, constituency. You've lost the rest. So he did not deserve to be re-elected, unless maybe those who are contesting him were not solid enough. And that is my general view, what has transpired. But I must, congratulate them because they have done caritably well in holding the regional elections with less, trouble.
Right. That's an important point to make. But let's look at the Ashanti region for one, right? And the individual who is the regional chairman now, Coker. He's been around for quite some time, and even for the secretary position as well, is another individual who's been around for some time. The complaint was that, look, the Ashanti region did not turn up in the numbers as expected for the NPP during the 2024 elections. With the new leadership in charge, do we begin to see that turnaround, particularly for elections 2024? Remember, there's been general admissions from some persons as well that, look, the current regional minister, the mayor of Kumasi, amongst others, are posing quite the danger for the NPP in terms of how they are going about their activities. Does these these elections, rather, these individuals who've been elected, begin to wrestle the numbers out of the grips of the NDC, at least to a certain extent? Because the NDC doesn't have to necessarily get 50% before they trouble the NPP in the Ashanti region.
Yeah. Human relation is the key. And then reassuring the people. So far, you mentioned two names, the mayor and then the regional minister. Fantastic individuals. The mayor is a disciplinarian. The regional minister is a human relation-centered individual. So if you combine the two, one ensuring that the development takes place, the other one ensuring that little things that human beings need, that human beings intend to relate to, they are taken care of. That in itself will inure to the benefit of the NDC. Now, COCA is the right decision because I said that on your TV, that Saturday, yes, your sister station, the two regions that I commented, they won. I said that it is very wrong, part of the chief of staff of Dr. Bawumia, that is Ossetia and Saponso, to come out openly to support Dr. Kukufu. And that meant that they were expecting the Woon-to-me factor to play a card for Dr. Kukufu. I said that it was wrong because the support or the brand of Woon-to-me is tainted. And you do not expect the delegate to still be aligned with that particular tainted brand. And so even if they had decided to support him behind the scenes, that would have been better. But that being said, COCA, because he's been a perennial candidate, was going to get sympathy vote. And that is exactly what transpired, and he won. COCA's election is supposed to bring new verve, new energy into the Ashanti region. But I dare say that if the president is able to finish the project called Expressway from this Ablekuma to Kumasi or to the Ashanti region, I think the MPP should count out 2028 elections. They won't win. Because what NDC needs is a little over 30 or 30% in Ashanti region. The rest, they say, is history. So, in as much as his election is going to bring new energy, new verve, new enthusiasm, new momentum, and so on and so forth, it is an arduous task that has been, handed to Mr. COCA and even to Dr. Okoboy as well. These are the two main populated regions in this country. And so it is important you're able to control, right, the way and manner people, go about things and then how they are going to vote. And so, yes, it is okay that they have brought new faces in that place. They will be able to try and re-energize the grassroots, get the momentum. It is very easy to organize yourself very well when you are in opposition. So the other dynamics, fall on the party that is in government. How are you taking care of your people? There are some petty bickerings here and there internally. Because I said two main things that will make the NDC win or lose 2028. The legacy or the running of the economy under President Mahama. So far, the economy now and the economy then, which one is better? The economy now is by far better than the previous one. The second one is the transition. Who comes after Mr. Mahama? How they are going to conduct it will make or make the party. And we've seen it before. And so if at the end of the day, there is that natural understanding of those who lose and decide to fully support the very person who will have won, I think that the NPP under Bawumia will not be in a position to win the 2028 elections. Right. Finally, remember that there is this issue of Mr. Kenoforiata. That is very political and financial. And it is not as though people have easily forgotten about what President Akufo-Addo did, for which reason Dr. Bawumia himself was part. So there are some individuals, what they've done in the past, and what they are going to tell us today or tomorrow, people will compare that with what they did when they were in government and what they said to Dr. Bawumia. If they are controverted, then obviously it is still going to affect his credibility. That credibility crisis that he's been suffering or he suffered in the 2024 elections is not gone yet. It is a tag that is hanging around him. So it is only when the NDC performs abysmally than what they inherited from the MPP, that is the only point the MPP can be asked to come back.
Right then. Doc, I got the indication you have to leave us shortly. Just on Greater Accra and Okoboy, because we saw that along the coast, particularly, almost all of the seats went to the NDC. Now we're seeing an indigene proper, if we can call it that, coming in. Outside of winning the general elections as well, there's a factor as to seats being won, amongst other things. How does that translate, possibly, into swaying a bit more of indigents to want to pick NPP persons into parliament? An example being the Greater Accra region.
Well, I mean, the MPship, it is very competitive. You need the resources. Greater Accra has become more cosmopolitan than any, region in this country. So sometimes it is very difficult to get the indigents to come up, unless maybe there is that affirmative action on the part of the party to indigenize some of the areas. When you do that, it could be seen as an affront to the constitutional dictate and so on and so forth. So certain things will have to be done silently behind the scenes. You may do that by machinating, but without necessarily incurring the displeasure, of other demographics. It is important, especially in the coastal areas where indigenous people dominate, that you should have one of their own leading. So I think that with the President Dr. Okoboy, if he is so solid and convinced about the need to have some of these indigenous people elected in those areas, it will help, because sometimes it goes to the extent that people can easily identify their own. Tribal politics, yes, it happens, but it happens silently. There are many people who may identify themselves with a political party just because they feel at home with that. So you cannot blame the Ashanti that they are mostly MPP. Neither can you blame the others that they are mostly NDC. It is because they feel at home with these two, main parties. But you look at the trajectory for politics, migrations here and there. I mean, can you even know the percentage in terms of Greater Accra population who are indigenous and that of settlers who are controlling the economy of Greater Accra, if you ask me? And so it's an obvious task, but they can really start from somewhere. You see, chiefs cannot engage in partisan politics, but they throw in jabs here and there with respect to the questions that you are asking. So if they have done it over the period and they've not been able to win the seats in terms of majority, what stops them from changing? They can try it for once and see how that would equally help. It doesn't spoil anything. But obviously there will be a mixture of the various, tribes in this country that will emerge in Greater Accra constituencies. But you know that in terms of the coastal areas, it is dominated more by the indigenous people. So if you so desire that you need some of these indigenous people to hold the affairs of these constituencies, I think that in itself could be a good call. But remember, it is a competition. So you have to compete to win. And if you don't have the resources, no matter the good intention, it is not going to work.
Right. Doc, I appreciate you for making time to speak to us this morning.
You're welcome, Mawuena.
That's Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ocho, is a political analyst, joining us on the phone line this morning. I'm going to come to you, Prosper, and then before I go to Doc, because this is more internal party matters than any other thing. You've had Doc for some time. Says that, look, it's going to be a Herculean task for the NPP, even with the new faces, because it has to take extreme mismanagement to a certain extent before the NPP can take advantage. I mean, how do you respond?
But this is the same Doc who some months ago sat on Onya TV and said that we're going by the top-down approach to produce a democratically elected tyrant as a leader, as a flag bearer. I don't think that's what we are having now. Today, he's telling us that when NDC completes the expressway, the NPP should forget the election 2028. So what if they don't complete it? Meanwhile, there is 70% of the Accra-Kumasi highway has been completed. It's left with 30%. He's not advocating for that to be completed. But his interest is in that NDC should be able to complete the expressway, and that will not give NPP a chance to win the election 2028. You see, I've tried so much to focus on basically the internal elections we have had and the questions you are asking thereof. The diversion, the peripheral arguments the NDC rep is making about the economy and the performance and issues about policy, I don't think it's something that I'll fall for. But if briefly, I may have to how do you call it, feel this ignorance about some of these things. If you tell me that you are performing better, and even on the issue of KFC, I just indicated that about 38%, that's 12 million of our population are facing food, how do you call it, insecurity. It's an increase from what you guys came to meet. Today, food is expensive, that's what you guys came to meet. So if there's a topic for discussion, please, let's focus on the topic. Then Doc also spoke about Ken Ofori-Atta. I don't think Doc is in the country. When NDC lost the 2016 election by close to 1 million votes. 2020, they beat it down to about 500,000. Said Nam Tamaklu was not in this country, but they were able to do it. When you are campaigning to citizens to vote for you, it's about what you can do and what they believe you'll be able to do for them. Over this weekend, I was at a breed in the Eastern region, the Okri constituency in the Eastern region. Their functioning market has been demolished for a 24-hour economy market, and it's been months now. The government is not constructing. People there, these are the things they'll look out for and they'll vote. So you're not going to sit here and make some of these frivolous arguments there. And all apologies to Doc, I don't buy some of these things because he even sat on one station and said that the increase in fuel prices as a result of the MPP's mishaps. Some of these arguments, when you begin to make them, people begin to tag you or watch you in a particular spectacle, which is not fine. You shouldn't be doing some of these things. See, so you disagree, I disagree entirely with him. On some of this, virtually everything he has said. We have elected our executives. We believe that we'll be able to marshal the forces for us to win the election 2028. Dr. Okoboy, like you said, is a proper indigene. I believe that looking back, we had Mr. Ishmael Ashite, who was also a proper indigene, who helped us win the 2016 election, and it was from Greater Accra. We won more seats here in Greater Accra. I believe Dr. Okoboy will be able to fit into that shoes and help us win that election. So basically, that's what I have to say. Bringing in some of these things, if you have to look at economic indicators and trying to rope it into the fact that we've elected leaders, we may be able to do that. But today's topic is not for that. If you have to look at that, we'll go proper into it. You've not been able to pay NADMO workers for 13 months. Teachers are suffering. They've not been paid. If you have to look at that thing, we are diverting from the topic for which you've called us to come and discuss here. And I may not want to fall for that bit. So yes, you may give me the time to speak and you may want to rebut, but if it goes on that tangent, I'll also be able to go on similar tangent. And it's not good for the show. Listeners are listening based on the topic you've presented for us to discuss. If you want to divert into other things, right, I may be able to go that. Because newspaper review, you guys were discussing about some of these things, fuel prices. And I was also listening to Patrice, your other colleague that left here, and was talking about Chemawun Tumi's integrity. I found it very, very offensive. You know why I find it very, very offensive? Chemawun Tumi was just convicted a few weeks ago. He won as the 2016 election. He won as the 2020 election. Patrice is trying to cast aspersions on the delegates in Ashanti region who elected Chemawun Tumi about Chemawun Tumi's integrity. Some of these things, when you do, it's not right. It's not right, and we shouldn't be doing some of these things. I will be able to cast aspersions on every executive of the NDC based on my understanding of some of the things they've done. If issues are there for proper discussion, let's focus on the issue. Onto Chemawun to miss incarceration, will he be able to sit here to talk about Chemawun to miss integrity? And people also raising issues about Abronye. I heard Doc raise issue about Abronye. Every politics is local. The delegates in the region, they believe that Abronye will be able to help the party win power. He has done it before, and they believe that, yes, things didn't go right in the 2024 election, but when we give him the opportunity, he may be able to right the wrongs. You're not going to sit here and say that because Abronye has been elected, that's the offside of it. Who are you to determine how the delegates in the region who understand the politics better than you in the region there, who they should elect? They should elect person to your whims and caprices as to against what they believe will be able to help us win election. No. You may be able to raise your point, but when you bring it to tag someone and begin to look at him as Abronye Asu, you may have issues with some of the things he does there, but down there, the people love him, and that's why they voted for him. You saw the margin, some of the people were getting 0. He had about 221, the closest to him had about 44 or so. So that should tell you that he's not a small force in the region there, he's a big force. Right. And this has nothing to do with Dr. Bawumia. I gave indication that his spokesperson, Dr. Gideon Boaku, was in Ashanti region campaigning for Kuka. If there are other elements close to the flag bearer who were also campaigning for Kuku, it doesn't show how they got disaffection. It shows that, yes, there is a free will for everyone to campaign. And it goes to defeat what Doc mentioned, that electing from the top-down approach will present the NPP with a tyrant as leader. How we have people close to the flag bearer choosing who they want to support for the regional election. I'm sure same is being applied in the national election. How does that give indication that we've elected a tyrant as a democratically elected a tyrant as a flag bearer? Some of these things we shouldn't be making this
fair point, Prosper. Helen, you had wanted to come in briefly before I go to.
I almost changed my mind, but I just wanted to say, in terms of broadening the scope of the conversation, I don't think it's too far-fetched for us to talk about, what might transpire in 2028.
Because this is all in relation to what happened
to that. We know that you're putting these measures in place as a party to lace your boots towards 2028. So I didn't think it was too far-fetched for us to bring some of these elements in. By all means, rebuttals are allowed.
That's fair. Yes. If you look at that, you have to look at the individuals that have been elected. If you have to look at that, you need to look at the individuals that have been elected. Some of the people who have been elected, who government positions. Kuka, for instance, wasn't an appointee of the previous government. So if you have to measure Kuka, what are you going to measure him with? You measure Kuka with a different yardstick, and when you go to another region, you're going to measure someone with another yardstick. It doesn't hold. If you are to look at a regional election, you are measuring everyone. There should be the same standard for measurement. You don't go and measure Kuka by a different standard. They want to measure another one by a different standard. You are looking at Okobo and you say he was a former deputy minister. Because he was a former deputy minister, he was a former MP, his measurement should be different as against that of Kuka, as against that of Abronye. No, it shouldn't be fair. When we are measuring someone, the standard of measurement should be the same across the region. Right. That's what I have to say.
Fair. Doc, I'm going to come to you because we're almost out of time in reacting to a fair few of the things, and then because this will be a contest between the NPP and the NDC more often than not the other political parties. But hey, if the trajectory of the Fourth Republic is anything to go by, we know that it always comes down to the two of you.
I just want to have a reaffirmation from him whether he thinks that I'm ignorant of what I'm saying. I want to let him know that experience also counts, and he's too jittery and passionate about politics, the words of politics, that he feels that people should support every single thing that MPP does is okay. That is not how politics work, with my experience. He's a young man. That is not how it works. Wait. You said I'm ignorant. I didn't talk. When you were talking, I didn't talk. When you begin to keep quiet. Please keep quiet.
Respectfully, let me
get that time. You don't have to interact me.
Doc, let's tell you. Let's not do personal attacks.
Experience have shown clearly
to speak
that before we even do analysis, there should be a standpoint where you can make references to certain issues. If you don't know, I'm telling you, you cannot say that I'm ignorant. If I'm ignorant, the great party NDC will not put me on this show. I want to let you know.
That's his ignorance.
And yes,
I said to feed his ignorance on that particular subject.
Please keep quiet. Keep quiet.
That's fair.
You are temperamental, and I'm giving it back to you that what you were saying.
Let's just try and we've had the microphones are off, right? We've had a very healthy conversation up until now. In fairness, he didn't speak in fairness. Doc, the microphone is off. I'm trying to just make a point that in fairness, he didn't call you ignorant. He was speaking and says to feed on ignorance. Yes. So I didn't say feed on ignorance. I said to feed on ignorance. So you can react to that in fairness, right? But I just want us to do this very nicely because we started very well, so that we can all end. So you have the floor, Doc.
Have I spoken badly about the MPP?
No, I'm just saying let's
I was making my point, and the listeners are listening. You understand? You cannot stop me from making a reference. That is what I want him to know. Well, I will say that these are internal elections. I completely have stated here that we are ever prepared in 2028. Whatever technical or strategic means they have used, the NDC will win 2028 election. That's all.
Briefly,
that's why it ends.
Yeah, if I may. You see, I don't like the situation where you may want to police someone that the person is young. This whole thing about you are young, you don't do politics like that, it's very, very offensive. It's very, very offensive because you believe NDC has elected you, you've been doing politics over 30 years. MP has also appointed me to come and sit on this show. If you believe you are too old as me to sell, I'm also very young to come and sit on this show. Some of these things you shouldn't be doing. No, but I'm just saying. I need to exercise.
If he makes that point,
no,
I mean the response should not come in that.
No,
line.
but for you to say that because I'm young and some of these things, it doesn't help. It doesn't help.
And that's a fair point.
Yes.
That's a fair point to make.
And I also didn't say
once you are both on the platform, you are of equal standing, and you can speak to matters of that.
I didn't say ignorance.
But I appreciate you both.
That's fair.
I appreciate you both for coming. And Dr. Julius Carter is a member of the NDC's National Communications team. He joined us in studio this morning as we discussed very important matters in relation to society. And then Prosper Nati as well, a member of the NPP's National Communications team.